feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride,
This
got
is 33. What up, though? I'm about to
you know I'm
start
gon'
the
feed
show.
them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight.
What up, Nine?
Trapaholics Mixtapes.
As the 9% and word would say, make a better you, a better us.
professional. Give them what they ask for.
Who do you think you are? I'm the word. Who am I? I'm the one who put in the work.
When I move, is it a quick rumble? I will never ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble.
What up, though? It's the word. You see the title. We about to get into it. But before we get into that, let me get into the chat. My brother 33, Mr. Gary Busted Down Brown. How you living? How you feeling? What up, man? Appreciate you. Still in BDB phrase. Shout out to the 9. Shout out to BDB. Shout out to Tay Commander. Shout out to Cat Daddy. Shout out to Santina Love. Shout out to me, man. Shout out to the 9. Shout out to my boy Stoic, too. You know, he an honorary 9. You know, shout out to y'all. But yeah, so today is episode 2 of Accountability Corner. Any brave souls out there would like to come and take a seat on the stool, and we can discover why you're single. You know, but that's what we're going to talk about. I got 3 main points I want to get into just through observation, working with people, listening to people, and observing people, right? These 3 things that I see why people are single, you know. I got 3 points. We go hit on those 3 points, and either time during or after, if you just want to come up and talk about those 3 points, the link is pinned. If you want to take a seat on the stool and talk about why you single, the link is pinned. You know, we can break that down, but I promise you, just through a little dialogue, I can discover and uncover why you single, and that give you the ability to work on some things, or at least take in a different perception of why you're in the condition or position you're in. Right? So that's what we're going to do. Riders, what up, sis? What up, 9? Bronze, what up, my brother? What up, 9? Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, so we're gonna run through these points, right? First point is probably the most profound, in my opinion, why people are single. And that is because they go into relationships with individual mindsets, right? Now, everything comes with something, right? I know y'all often hear me say that, and especially this, right? When you got an individual mindset, that's how you perceive life. That's how you look at things. That's how you go about things, right? The mindset is the mental framework. So if you go into a relationship with an individual mindset, that's when you often see one of the byproducts of that is competition within amongst the people in the relationship. That's when you get couples competing against one another, you know, because they're going in with an individual mindset. They ain't working together. It's more about who's right versus what's right. You know, y'all often hear me say that it's more about who's right than what's right when people have an individual mindset, because one person thinking, well, I've been doing it this way. This is how it worked for me. So this is how we should do it. And other people thinking the same thing. This is how I've been doing it. This will work for me. So we should do it. Because something works for you don't mean it works for the group. You know, most people don't even understand what a relationship is. Like, when you're talking about, I'm not even talking about dating. I'm talking about a relationship. When you commit yourself to another person, that's a union. Y'all coming together as one. So not only do you have to think as one, you have to move as one. But to do that, you got to be on the same page. Can't be on the same page if you're competing against one another. That's why you see one trying to dominate the other, or one trying to impose their will on the other. You know, all relationships are different. Oh, for sure, Rach. You can come co-host this with me, because you know you're in a relationship, so you can come hit on some of the points if you want to. You already know, sis. You're more than welcome. But when you come into a relationship, it ain't just about you no more. Do you supposed to lose your individuality? Nah, you ain't supposed to do that. But at the same time, you got to recognize, like, it ain't just me. So you got to find a way to blend your individuality into the union. You don't want to lose who you are, but you are in a union. You became one. It's not just me or her. It's not just he or she. It's us. So it ain't about what works for me or what works for you. It's more about what works for us now. So people going in with that individual mindset, that independent mindset, you ain't independent no more. But how you think is how you do. If you have an independent mindset or individual mindset, you're going to perceive life in an individual way. Even though you with somebody, it's still more about you. But if you decide to get in a relationship, then it ain't just about you. What up, though, Rach?
What up, do? Blessings. What's up with you, though?
Yeah, man, I got something exciting too. My wife, come on, me and her gonna start a podcast. She'll try to commit 2 days a month. Come on here and talk about relationships. Me and her we've been kind of brainstorming all day. She's been showing me different things, asking me to elaborate on this. My wife always do that. She always pick my brain.
Why do you think this topic is so touchy though to people? They could sit here and how can I say, demand advice and stuff like this, but when it comes to people talking about it, like bringing awareness and giving advice like you do, it's kind of like they push people to sway with their attitude and their behavior.
Because people don't like looking at themselves in the mirror, especially when they know they fucked up and wrong. Because they don't want to see what they know what they're gonna see when they look in the mirror, and they don't want to look at it. That's why I call this accountability corner. Anybody who come up or show up, I don't care what other people do within the relationship. Let's talk about what you do. That's the only thing you can control is you. Monique, what up, sis? Appreciate you, sis. Appreciate you. But that's the only thing you can control is you. So there's no point in talking about what men doing or what women doing. Let's talk about what you doing. That's what people don't want to do. So that's why I call it the accountability corner. Now we're gonna talk about you, and I'm gonna tell you why you single. If you single, you come up and you want to understand why. I can help you with that. And I'm telling you, these are 3 main points right here. The 3 main points I'm gonna make. The individual mindset, going into anything that involves people for you to get your own individual goal completed. Using those people, you have to be more like a dictator, right? It's gonna be more about what's best for me, and you go neglect what's best for them. So even going into a relationship, if it's 2 people and one person is dominating, then the other person 9 times out of 10 ain't gonna be benefiting. They gonna get tired, they go sick, and the relationship ain't gonna work.
Thanks.
You have to go in with an understanding of this is a group, and all 3 of these will correlate with one another. What? So the first one is the individual mindset. I think I broke that down good enough for people to understand, huh? Let's go to number 2. They don't know who they are. And this is one, but see, this one is a little bit more intricate, right? Because when I say people don't know who they are, people have not yet defined themselves, right? So if you don't know who you are, you don't know what you can tolerate. So a lot of times people go in relationships, set no boundaries, set no standard for expectations. Why don't they do that? Because they don't even know who they are. And if you don't know who you are, it's going to be impossible for you to understand who your partner is. It's going to be hard for you to truly understand who your partner is. Like, most people don't even take this into consideration, right? What's important to you in your 20s ain't going to be important to you in your 30s. That ain't going to be important to you in your 40s. You go evolve. So if you know that, guess what? You got to expect your spouse to do the same. So are you willing to accept not only you evolving, but your spouse evolving, or you go try to keep them the same. You ever see people in relationships like they get together young, but they start maturing. Now they want more out of life. They want to go to school. They want to do better, and the other person is just content with the way their life is, working at the grocery store bagging groceries.
Yeah,
Now
I've
they
seen some
feel
people.
Yeah, now they feel like, oh, you trying to do better than me. You think you better. No,
They
I'm
fall out.
evolving as we all supposed to.
Yeah,
So if you don't know who you are, it's gonna be impossible to understand other people. And if you don't understand, like, you might be content with the way you are, you know, and that's fine. But what if somebody wants more? You got to be willing to let them grow, and sometimes you have to let them go to grow, or you will have to encourage their growth. But what you can't do is prevent them from evolving because you choose not to, and that happens often.
mm,
That happens often. But if a person, and that's another thing, if you don't know who, this is what I'm saying, all these things have byproducts. Everything comes with something. So by not knowing who you are, not only those two things I said are byproducts of not knowing who you are, but also you not understanding your role within a relationship. If you don't know who you are, how you supposed to know what to do in a relationship? You
that's
don't
true.
even know. Most people don't even know what it takes to be a wife, but they want to be a wife. Most men don't know what it takes to be a husband, but want to be a husband.
That's true.
You don't even, you haven't. You got to build yourself up to these things. Right? You got to match the frequency of it. And people just go around claiming titles and don't have no interest of upholding those titles. Nene, what up, though? Appreciate you, sis. Appreciate you. Shout out to Nene Loyal.
Some people don't know how to define emotional availability. I can never say these words, but I think.
And see, like, not knowing who you are, like I said, you don't know your role within a relationship. So you have men playing women roles and women playing men roles, and wonder why they not happy because you assumed the wrong role. You thought you was capable of doing this, but after a long period of time, that's like, even if a woman is more outgoing than her man. Like, I'm just speaking from an observation. I had this friend, she was the go getter. Her dude was more laid back. He was passive, and she liked him because she was tired of the aggressive males. Like the man who, she was dating some hood boogies. So, she liked the nice guy, but he was like really passive, like beyond beta. But that's what she thought she wanted. But as time went on, like, she felt like she was the one speaking up when the man was supposed to speak up. She felt more like the protector, the provider, and that's not what she wanted. She just wanted someone who was a little soft. But she assumed that role, but she got tired of doing it after a while. Like, no, you want a man to be soft towards you and hard in the street. And that leads to the third point, right? Jump to the third point and we can have more of a dialogue. The third point, they never define what they need or what they want within a relationship. I'll give you an example. For me, I wanted a ride or die chick and I wanted a freak, right? I got that. I didn't know what it came with, right? And I didn't define what kind of ride or die chick I wanted or what kind of freak I wanted. I didn't define that. So after one experience, I was better able. No, I want a freak in a bed and a lady in the street. I don't want a freak all around where she's not only freaky for me, but she's freaky for everybody else too. That's not what I want. See, what I want is a freak in a bed and a lady in the street. I wanted someone who's loyal to themselves and loyal to me. I wanted someone who loved themselves because I knew if they were capable of loving themselves, they was capable of loving me. I wanted someone who was open-minded, willing to learn, willing to grow, because that's what I was doing. So after that one bad experience, I began to define what exactly I wanted. But most people don't do that. And when you don't define what you want, you can't properly establish boundaries. You can't set firm expectations. You can't do none of that because you haven't even defined what you expect or want out of yourself, let alone out of another person. That's like when you hear Commander, what up, Nine? The Minister of General Defense is in the building. What up, Nine? But when you hear, people constantly talking about what they don't want, that's what their focus and attention is on. And a lot of times those people tend to settle for things. When you hear people talk about what they want and it's defined, those are the people who don't settle. And sometimes those people be single a lot longer than other people, but that's because they know what they want and they know why they want it. You got to know you have to know the what and the why to define anything. You got to know what it is and why it's important to you. That's how you define, especially when you're looking for a significant other. Blackbird, what up, though?
That's true.
Mr. Busted Down Brown. Yeah, I know I came on early today. Everybody's sleeping in the house, and the wife was like, "Go and do your thing now so we can relax later. We're going to watch some movies later." So. Happy wife, happy life. I'm telling you. When people laugh at that, they don't know the secret. Women are natural nurturers, right? So if you keep them in high spirit, they're going to keep you in high spirit. You can give them a little and they're going to give you a lot. So imagine if you give them a lot.
Sure. That ain't no lie. You give a woman food, she'll cook it. You give her money, she'll flip it.
You get the right woman, I'm telling you.
Yes, the right one. My bad.
Nah, that's about everything, man. I mean, you gotta have the right thing. You know, that's what I say. People often talk about. Like, I was chilling with We on Lock, and he was reviewing this video, and I was listening. He was live earlier, and I was listening, and the lady was like, "Black men like this. Black men do this." And then you heard the man say, "Well, women do this, women do that," and they were like, "Why you gaslighting? Why you doing?" And I'm like, "Hold on, bro, you just did the same thing." And I noticed that too in a lot of these conversations. Like, okay, for women to generalize, but when men do it, then it's a problem. And it's like everybody do it. Let's be real. Everybody generalize, but where the problem lies is that if we having a conversation. Like, I can do this with you. I can do this with Commander. That's why I enjoy having y'all up here. You know, I can say something, and you won't personalize it. And you, by not personalize it, you can actually listen to what I'm saying, and then you can agree or disagree. But when people begin to personalize it, they get defensive, and now it go tit for tat. Well, men are like this. Men are like that. You deny people personal experience by doing that. That's why I mean, when you talking to people, even when women do that, like, "Oh, black man like this," you know, and then I know they're just projecting their experience. This is what they experienced. The black man they experienced did this to them. Okay, so have you ever went outside of your environment and seeked out a different group of black men? Because I'm pretty sure all black men ain't like that. For some reason, you keep finding ones like that. So maybe the problem is you.
So let me ask you this, Bird. My bad. Go ahead. Finish that. My bad.
Oh, no. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
All right. So, what role does self-forgiveness play in, people's accountability journey, especially when reflecting on past relationships or decisions they make in life?
You said self-forgiveness?
Yes, self-forgiveness. What role does self-forgiveness play in people's accountability journey, especially when reflecting on past relationships or decisions that they make in life?
Well, self-forgiveness is a form of accountability also, know. Forgiving yourself for what you did. By forgiving yourself, you're getting past whatever you did, meaning you learned from it. So the role it plays is it helps you understand the bad decisions you made and you forgave yourself for. So now you trust yourself to make better decisions. You see what I'm saying?
So do you
If you
believe?
don't have, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So you believe these people, have an issue with that part right there, and
Yeah,
self
that's definitely
and taking
that's
accountability in their journeys.
that's definitely a factor. That's a variable involved in a lot of people. I wouldn't say that's the only problem or even top five, but that's
One thing,
definitely an
one,
issue.
yeah, one issue.
Yeah, that's definitely an issue. So even talking about that, it may resonate with somebody listening because a lot of times people are too hard on themselves, and that's what I said. Like by not self-forgiving yourself, you can't truly define what you want to need. If you don't forget, you just go be like, "Oh, I was bad for doing this. I was wrong for doing this." Why was you wrong for doing it? That's what a lesson is. Learn that lesson, and now you know why you don't want to do that no more. You have something solidified, a solidified reason why you shouldn't do that anymore. So now you ain't even worried about doing that. Now you can move past it. Even say if somebody was a cheater, you got to forgive yourself for cheating. Some people don't feel bad for it, but there's some people who do. So like a person who feel bad, they might not feel they worthy of a person because they haven't forgiven themselves.
Hmm.
They might do it again. Nah, you gotta learn from it. To learn from it, to forgive yourself is to overcome it. Is to move past it. Okay, I know it was wrong and I know why it was wrong. So now I'm not worried. Now I can move forward. This is a good girl. I ain't worried about breaking her heart because I know it was wrong for me cheating in the past and I'm not gonna do that to her. That's how self forgiveness works. That's how it can work. But then the issue lies and even in that, like, does a person even want to forgive themselves? Do they even feel sorry? So I mean that'd be something they throw up, but we're not talking about those people. We're talking about the people who have issues with self-forgiving self, and what's the benefits of that. So, wow, that's the benefits of self-forgiveness.
Hmm. So there could be also insecurities related to their issues too.
Oh, definitely, definitely. That's why I say you have to define, and you have to know yourself. That's part of knowing yourself. That's why I said, like, people who don't know themselves, they don't know why they do things or why they don't do things. They just know,
Ba-
it's there.
Basically, we have to find a strategy to find what's best for healing us in order for us to move on.
You got to try new things. You got to try different things. I mean, you may go to therapy. Therapy may not work. You might need to go to a coach or a counselor. Somebody doing stuff a little different than the traditional way for it to work. For me, it was me studying religion. It was me studying spirituality because I studied and practiced. That's how I studied, by practicing. Didi, what up though? Didi, 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 Didi. What up,
You know
sis?
what's funny though?
Mhm.
Conversation kind of reminds me of, right. Somebody suggested for me to watch this show on Netflix again, right? And, I only watched the first season a little while back. I was watching it earlier, and I was like, "Damn!" And I think you've seen it, or if you haven't, that show called Lucifer,
Yeah.
where he was struggling in the human world, trying to figure out who he was. Was he the, Samuel, God's fallen son? Was he Lucifer? I'm seeing him like I thought the devil was bad, but you look at this guy right here. He's like he's trying to fight. Like, is he a good guy, a bad guy? Then this one chick sits him the fuck down.
Yeah, he was misunderstood, so he misunderstood himself. He didn't even truly know who he was. At one point in time, he was trying to live up to the lore, and then the next, he was like, "I'm gonna just do me." And then when he tried to do that, it wasn't good enough because he didn't know how to just be him. But when he met that girl, that's when he was like, "Okay, this is who I am."
hmm He was trying to figure out who he was, his identity. He was seeing a therapist and everything. I'm like, the devil going to
Mhm.
therapy? This show had me geeking. I'm on the first season.
Yeah, it was a lot of it was a lot of metaphors and parables within that
But
show.
funny how this conversation, I'm sitting here, I was like, yo, it's kind of like what the therapist was going through with Lucifer throughout these episodes in the first season. I'm listening. I was like, accountability, insecurities, jealousy. You see where I'm coming from? Personal issues. Mommy. Well, he had daddy issues.
Man, look, everybody got adversity to face. Everybody got their own trials and tribulations. You know, it's
Facts.
about going out, finding the answers, and establishing the tools to conquer it, man.
Facts. We have to
Yeah,
figure out how to ensure that our past, right, doesn't dictate what our future is in our relationships or personal lives, whether we in one or out of one. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I'm trying to find the right words without getting hood on everybody. I've been doing good. Sorry.
No, you're doing good. No, you said it right. Right. It's about. I mean, life in itself is about experiences. You know, good or bad, it's all about the experience of life and what you do with them. Do you learn from them, or do you, or do you let them learn from you? I mean, one or two things will happen. Either you will learn from the experiences of life, or the experience go experience you. So, I mean, you got a choice. You know, most people take the easy way out, the path of less resistance, and they let life live them instead of them living life.
Mm, that's a different way of seeing it. I didn't. So, do you think that learning self love, not learning, right? Yeah, learning self love, right, redefines what you're looking for in a partner or who you are in life.
Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, if you look, this is what happens too with self love. When you love yourself, is no one will be able to come around and not appreciate you for the way you appreciate yourself. You won't allow it because you love yourself. By loving yourself, you go protect yourself. So you just not gonna let anybody experience your experience in life. You just not gonna let anybody in. You gonna have standards. You gonna have an expectation. You know your value. That's what self love does. You know. Um, so when you love yourself, it's just like I'm not about to deal with nobody who don't appreciate me. I'm good. I don't need that. I don't need outside love. I don't need the outside validation. I already got it from the inside. So if you don't live up to this standard, then that's okay. I'm okay with it. You know, I'd rather have one, two people who appreciate me than a bunch of people around me um, who don't.
That's a real shit, though. Damn, nobody really want to come up on these topics. What's up with y'all?
Ain't nobody about to sit on my corner. I'm like
Jack.
Matt up here. I'm like the mentalist. You know, it's a mirror, man. You know, it's hard. Like this, what I had to look at myself. Like you won't hear me bashing women, right? I'll tell you like this. I had a lot of bad experience dating black women, but you never hear me say, "Oh, black women this, black women that." You know why? Because even though I had bad experiences, I selected a lot of those women. You know, I chose to be with those women. I can't fault them for who they are. They was just being themselves. I got to fault myself for even, for dealing with it, for being with them, because there's people out there for everybody. So it was dudes out there for them who can tolerate and accept for them for who they are. But I didn't even know myself well enough to know I couldn't be with women like this. But when I did learn myself, I don't look down on them. I just know they're not for me. You know, it's men out there who might deal with loud, aggressive women. That's for them. That ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna fault them for being loud and aggressive. And no, that's just who they are. They
Do
either
you
do
think
it or don't.
do you think that you jumped too fast in the past into the relationship and you missed
Hell yeah.
something, or yeah, okay, see, all right. And do you think that
Hell yeah.
with everything that you see that's going on now in society with men and women, right? Do you think that that's one of the biggest issues they're having, or one of the least issues they're having?
That's one of the big issues they have, and like just when you dating someone, me now, where I'm at now, looking back, I don't think you should have sex during dating. I don't think you should have sex because now you get emotions all involved. If it's good, then it's good. So you'll overlook some shit that later on is gonna be a problem because it's only gonna be good sex for so long. After that, when you start getting tired of the person, you're gonna get tired of the sex. Even if it's good, you're gonna get tired of it. But this is the thing. When you in tune with that person, when you love them, when you in love with that person, sex don't get boring, they get better.
That's some real
Because
shit.
it's beyond sex now. It's mental and emotional. You connected on different levels, not just the physical, but now you connecting on all three levels. So you getting more out of it than just recreational. Bang, bang, bang is good. Think about it. For men, most men out there busting nut, they gone. They don't want to be around. They done. They done. You know what keep men around women? When women understand how to protect a man's peace, and a man is more willing to sit around a woman. If a woman don't protect his peace, he ain't gonna want to sit around her. He'd rather go hang out with the boys.
I think the only one single on panel is Gary, Commander. We need to send him to the Kendra D. Wait, what's her name? Right, Kendra D.
Gary's like, I'm going to sleep. Commander already set Gary down on the accountability couch about him being single. She already did that.
But she makes a good point. This is one of the panels he should be on because he is single. You see where I'm coming from? And it's a good topic. Where the fuck he at? He was earlier talking about sports, right? I'm gonna kick him in the head. Let me stop before they say we bullying and harassing.
He said, I have a husband because I held out. That's what's up. She ain't settled.
Okay. I'm like, wait, what you held out? Commander your hand? I'm sorry, I'm from North Philly. I'm okay, like, wait, be a little more specific, Commander. What you held out on?
So I wish I had some videos. Y'all got to start helping me, Commander. I'm gonna have to find a way. You gonna have to start. If you got TikTok or whatever, you gonna have to start sending me stuff on TikTok to review. But like listening to like a lot of these women, like I think that's one of the key components of the issues we have in today's society. Men nor women have been reared or raised to be husbands or wives. They don't even know what it takes. Like I was in the chat and we on Locke's chat earlier, and I was telling them like, if you ask my wife, one of her primary goals in our relationship, she'll tell you is to protect my man's peace, to make sure he has a peace of mind. That's what my wife will tell you. So she go out her way to make sure I have a peaceful home. Whatever she got to handle within her, because she know the stress and what I got to deal with on the outside. So when I come home, this is like a domain of peace for me. So it lets me refresh so I can go back out and do what I need to do. That's what all men really want when they come home. We'll go out, a real man. I'm not talking about your boys sitting on the couch, not putting in work, doing nothing. I'm not talking about real men. The ones who go out there and get things done and come home. They don't look. We got to fight the world. We don't want to have to come home and fight our spouse.
Word is talking about the man that's not sitting at home in his mama couch with his nipples still in, her nipples.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. My bad. I'll set that.
Yeah, we ain't talking about the dudes sitting there playing video games all day, want to drop their girl off at work. Nah, his job is to protect her peace when she come home. Put a skirt on. Put a skirt on, man. Nah, them ain't men to me, bro. Them ain't men. And you know what? I was also saying, shout out to Lisa who be in a lot of chat. Me and her was having a good conversation. But I was telling her too, like what most men don't understand when they say men, when we say protect and provide, it's not only men's job to protect a woman physically, also emotionally and mentally, and not only to defend her against foreign threats, but domestic threats also, meaning ourselves. So if I'm cheating on my wife or giving these other women attention, that's not protecting my wife. I failed at being a man. I failed at being a husband.
Mm.
I'm the one hurting my wife. Not only do I have to protect her physically from the rest of the world, I got to also protect her mentally and emotionally from myself. That's protection.
That's a
You
real
know,
difference.
most men half-ass do it. They think, oh, I can just go bring the money home. No, you have to protect her mentally and emotionally too. You have to provide for her mentally and emotionally too. You have to provide those. You know, women like to feel desired, man. You got to make her feel good about herself. That's your job. Because if you don't, it's gonna be some ninja in the street telling her how good she look, and now she come home, she don't get that. So guess what? She gonna be eager to go back out there and get that compliment. But if I'm doing it at home, you know what my wife say? Yeah, my husband tell me all the time. People be like, "You're gorgeous, you're beautiful." She be like, "Yeah, my husband tell me every day."
You know what's crazy? In the beginning, I had to get used to my baby pops being like that with me.
Yeah,
I'm like, yo, why you keep repeating it? Like, I heard you already. He's like, I just want to make sure you know that this is how I feel about you. Blah, blah. I'm like, what the? Like, at first I thought he was soft, but he's nowhere near fucking soft. Like, on some real shit. He's like, I'm showing you a side that I've never shown any other female. He's like, you make me feel different. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, I started seeing him way different after that. Like, after he really, poured his feelings out a little bit, because in the beginning I was confused. I'm like, he's constantly repeating this shit. What the fuck? I really wasn't used to that shit.
you know, my wife, her nickname for me is Teddy Bear. That's what she called me.
You
You
funny
know,
that I call him baby
just,
pops.
just like men want a woman in the street and a freak in the bed, women want a lion in the street,
Mm-hmm.
Teddy Bear in the house,
Exactly.
Teddy Bear in the cage. You know, yeah, women like my wife like when I'm aggressive with her and stuff like that, but she don't want me to be yelling and scream like this shit. That ain't what she want. I can name probably two times I raised my voice at my wife. And both times was like for me to get her attention because one time my son stuck his finger in the fan
I'm
and
dead.
she couldn't hear me when I was yelling. And another time is when my daughter fell and I'm yelling at her, she in another room. Other than that, I don't raise my voice at my wife. Even if she get upset and raise her voice at me, I'll be like, man, chill out. I might raise it even if I change the tone of my voice. She'd be like, why are you yelling at me? I'm like, woman, I am not yelling. Well, your voice changed. Yeah, because I'm putting more authority. I'm putting more bass into it. But I didn't get, when I yell, because I yell at the kids. Am I doing that? No. Okay, then. Well, your voice, yeah, I know my voice changed. I'm putting emphasis on things, woman. I
I'm
mean
dead.
it.
No, but it's kind of like when your tone changes with us a little bit, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like, whoa, 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 what happened? Like, calm down a little bit because we can match the energy. I don't know if you understand, because I've said it to my baby pops. I was like, yo, I ain't the one. I'm like, you wanted a hood chick. I know that I'm different from all these hood chicks. You see where I'm coming from? I know I'm wifey material and all that, but I can match your energy. I'm like, vibes pass on. So I'm like, bring the tone down a little bit. First of all, your voice husky as shit. He got that deep ass fucking voice. I'm like, you don't need it any louder. Any louder is gonna make me feel like I'm in threats. He's like, I apologize, and then he'll change his tone back. I'm like, yeah, because like you're making me feel like a little ass kid right now.
But see, like my wife, she don't like she don't. I'm not gonna say she don't challenge me, but she don't challenge me. Like she don't. She, like
I can
if it's
challenge
an
him. It's just
idea,
that I gotta make sure. Like, oh, you mad at me? Like, do we need to sit
yeah,
down
like
and have a talk? Like, what
she'll do
happened?
that.
Why you changed with me? Like, I need to make sure.
Diane, what up, though? But see, I
That's a,
don't. This is how I am. Unless I'm playing around, messing with her, then I'm playful. But I'm not aggressive with my wife. Like woman, I don't talk to my wife any kind of way. I don't call my wife out her name. I don't do it. My wife got told her that's my queen, literally. So
exactly.
she got the utmost respect for me. It ain't. I'm not gonna ever say. Like I said, my job is to protect my wife, even for me. So I'm not gonna degrade her or make her feel less than anything. Only thing I'm gonna do is lift my wife up. But
Right.
she understand her role within our relationship. I understand my role. I'm the man. we don't do that. I'm not alpha, but she know that, I'm the leader. So she don't challenge me as a leader. Even though like she may ask questions for clarity, she may ask questions for better understanding, but she don't do that passive aggressiveness shit with me. She know I don't like. She know I see through it anyway. I don't like that shit. Just keep it 100 with me. Keep it straight with me. If you got a question because you need to understand something, ask me. No problem. We rock and roll.
But you know that not in a million years I would have thought that guys like that was in the streets, that walk the streets and stuff like that, would be as gentle. Like, it's crazy because when we was growing up, I'm talking about a lot of the females in my generation, we was warned about, and y'all was called thugs. You see where I'm coming from? I'm sorry to say it. So it's like, damn, I'm gonna warn me about the thug, but damn, I got with one that was supposed to be looked at as a thug, and he's not what y'all represented them to be. He's kind of gentle, he's this, but in the street, he's a different way. But when he's with the chick he like, they so fucking gentle. Like, and I keep saying it. That's why I'm like, I understand why his wife called him a teddy bear. That's why I'm like, yo, y'all see him as a grizzly bear, right? But I see him as a teddy bear.
But I know killers who go home and play with their kids. You'll never think, you never think that.
It's like y'all got two sides.
Just how it is with their family, man. Because I mean, people like, look, like just because you do stuff that don't define who you are a lot of times, especially in that type of environment. Because that type of environment, you're just trying to survive, So you got to be more than you have to be more than most of the time. But when you come home, then you can be yourself. You can be that loving, caring person. Miss Tracy, what up though? That's Speak to Diane. What up though, D? Family Flax, trying to be. What up though? Appreciate
you. Yeah, it's different. It's crazy how when y'all in the streets, y'all looked at one way because y'all in the streets, but when there's people that get to know y'all closer and y'all let them in, is a whole different side of y'all. It's like two personalities. And I think it's mostly the men, the heterosexual men. You see where I'm coming from? You got the soft ones, but then you got the ones that got out there and strapped them boots on. I'm hoping I'm saying it right. Like I said, I'm not trying to get hood.
like, even if you think about like wild animals, right? Like you think about wolves or lions, what keeps them safe? It's the fear of what they can do. So the same thing for like when you're in the hood, man, what keeps you safe is the fear of what people think you would do to them. So you have to project a certain image a lot of times, but that don't define who you are. With me, that's how it was. Like I'm the only boy. I got 3 sisters. I ain't got no big brothers or nothing like that. So I got to be willing to do more than what the next person is. They have to think like, and a lot of times, like you show, you show people what you're capable of, and when they see it, they like, okay, I don't want to see that shit again. So they, tend to leave you alone unless you get that new person come around and want to test you, or somebody start feeling themselves and want to test you. Then you just show them again. So every couple, I used to fight a lot, because I was quiet. So people thought like, oh yeah, he ain't gonna do nothing. But I was the one, I wouldn't even bark. I wasn't one of the people who like scream and yeah, no, I'm gonna just hit you. We just go get the throwing. And then if it was really like that, what up though? Cutting Edge in the building.
Blessings, Cutting Edge.
But yeah, accountability is a big part, of why people are single. They constantly complain about what the other people or other gender is doing, but they never looking at what they're doing, because you ultimately create the tone, right? Like say if you're a woman, right? And you want a gentle man, right? Are you creating an environment and the conditions for that man to be gentle? You doing that? Are you combative? Are you aggressive? So if you're doing that, how do you feel he gonna be gentle? Are you want a trustworthy man? Are you creating an environment for him to be trustworthy? And vice versa. Like men say, oh, I want women to submit. Are you creating an environment for a woman to submit? Are you doing that? How you gonna ask for something but you ain't living up to it. You ain't creating the conditions or the situation for it to flourish.
That's true though. 'Cause I can't sit here and lie. Look, I needed somebody to make me soft, and I found him. 'Cause I was always being tough, rough, and everything. Like I was playing two roles. One, because I had to be a mother and a father to two boys. You see where I'm coming from? So it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like when that man walked into my life, he softened me up. He got me real girly. I'm not gonna sit here and lie about that part. He helped me in parts that, was freaking driving me crazy because it's hard as shit to play the role of a mother and a father. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. That tough part, as a mother and a father, it's not easy. And at times it gets you like confused because I'm telling you, I used to really challenge men back then. Like I really, really had that mentality like a lot of these females. And
If
it's
you
crazy how these two men changed my mentality. Not you, Reds, the two guys in my life personally.
if you think about this too, if you're a female and you got a challenging man, you might just be with the wrong man. Why is you with a dude?
I was single.
No, I'm just saying in general.
Oh,
Why did you? I would, even if you're single, like why would you be around men you have to challenge?
exactly.
That
See, I
means
wasn't. It was more as in like my baby pops told me one day, I had this attitude, this I didn't give a fuck attitude. And when men came around me, my past, right? So it's kind of like I had to tone down a little bit, like, right, everybody's not against you. Not all these men are going to hurt you, right? So he noticed it one day. He noticed something I didn't notice, and it was my attitude, my behavior towards them. He had a conversation with me, and, I see my shit was stinking. I was taking out shit on a lot of people. And he's like, you're being real rough, real tough out here for nothing. He's like, you don't even realize you're challenging. I was like, oh snap. I never even peeped it. I was about to fight a whole man in the street because what he said to me, I took it wrong, but he wasn't trying to be how can I say malicious or, harmful towards me. He was just really asking a question and he peeped that shit and took me to the side, like, and I didn't take it wrong. I took his advice.
Right.
So sometimes you get tired of having to be strong. You see where I'm coming from? You feel like you have to defend yourself. So he walked into my life and showed me something different. My situation was a little different from everybody else.
Hello.
Hey, Miss Bama.
What you do?
Blessings, blessings.
I know Riders. I guess she shared it out, but I don't know who panel I'm on. Who panel am
This
I?
word panel.
Huh?
This words panel.
Work. Oh, okay. Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you. Also, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. But when I was hearing you talk about the submissive part. I that hey, listen. When a strong female have all her ducks in a row and can't nail nobody straight shoot them ducks. And can't come through and be like, "Oh, you got to be submissive to me because I love you." That
Mm-hmm.
love word, that love word, it goes different ways. Cause love sometimes means you hate me, but I want to know like, how do you feel for real when a strong independent, and I ain't gonna put no color on there, just a strong woman in this world, in this society right now, say, I am not going to be submissive because there's no reason to. And she holding her own, but but she maybe needs you in some kind of way. Like, I want stuff that makes sense to me.
So, like when I'm a life coach too, and I work with people in relationships, and I tell people, if you a strong, independent woman, they don't need a man. I don't even see why strong, independent women want to be in a relationship because just saying you're independent means alone. So
Well,
you already have
well,
that mindset of
hold
being
on,
alone.
hold on,
Mm-hmm.
hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Then I guess it's not a need, it's a want. So okay, go
now,
ahead.
now,
I'm
now
sorry
we're
to cut
talking. Now
you
you
off.
see. So now, if you're an independent woman and you want to be in a relationship, guess what you got to do? Because the relationship is a union. So you got to drop that independent part and be. It's nothing wrong with women being self-efficient. Now, my sister's a doctor. I got high-profile, successful women in my family, and they're self-efficient.
Right.
They wouldn't call themselves independent because they have a counterpart, right? And this is the problem. Generally, women date up and men date down. So a lot of the issues I see with strong, independent women, why they don't be successful in relationships, because they're dating down
I
instead of
never heard
dating up.
that before. I've
You said
never
what?
heard that before. I said I never heard that before. Okay, come on.
Now think about this. Generally, a man who works, just say he making $70,000 a year or $100,000 a year, he don't really care how much a woman makes. But if a woman makes $100,000 a year, she want her man to make at least as much as she do or more,
Right. You're right.
right?
You're right.
So women generally date up and men generally date down. But what happens is if a woman who dates down, she gonna have expectations for a man that he may not be able to fulfill. Like you said, if I got all my ducks in a row and I'm doing good all by myself, why do you think you go come in and tell me what to do when you ain't got your shit together? And I got mine. That would be the issue most of the time. So
Okay.
now we got to think about why is that occurring? Because she's dating down. If she dating up where this guy got all his shit together too, then she ain't got to worry about none of that. She go listen because he has more. He must know more. He must got more. You see what I'm saying? That's what a woman wants. A woman really don't want no man that's not smarter than her, not more intelligent. Women don't want that because you're not going to feel like he can protect or provide for you. You go end up taking a role as a man, as a protector, or provider,
Right. Like, but
and that's
how?
what
Okay.
happens.
So, so even when a person, a man say submit, submit, you got to submit. But I'm still doing the role, playing the role, because I'm
Now,
not going to submit, but I'm gonna still take care of the household. Like, now, where do that go?
now
I
see,
say,
I'm
I
gonna tell
say,
you.
I say, beat your feet, and a homeboy, you got the wrong person, in my opinion.
I'm I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. I have never asked a woman to submit. Any woman I ever been with willingly submitted to me. I never had to ask. So if a man has to ask you to submit, that's a problem right
That's a
there.
problem. I thought that.
Because if you
I
get the right man, you would be like, oh no, I'm submissive because I know he gonna handle
I
business. I
thought
know he gonna do this. But if a man has to tell you that, a man
I thought
shouldn't
that.
demand
Like, why
submission. He
you-
has to command it.
yeah.
Okay? There's a difference between demanding and commanding.
Okay, yeah. Narcissists, in my opinion, that want to control but don't have no controllable ways of thinking. And
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes I be feeling like it's not all about money. It's
Mm-hmm.
about communication. It's
Mm-hmm.
about like the bond. Like, well, hey, I want to laugh. Okay, you don't drink, you don't smoke, but I want to go to the bar. Let's go to the bar. Oh no. No, you don't want to do nothing nobody want to do, but you want me to submit to you, and you want me to be miserable. This is the thing that a lot of men do to women that kind of sort of want to submit. Submissive to me. I just will not do that. I just don't know how to do
Like
that.
like I said, I've never had to ask a woman to submit. She always you just did it because she know I can handle business. Like my wife will tell you now, I can go in there and wake her up, like come and explain this, and she'll do it. She'd
Can I
do
ask
it
a
if I
question?
asked her to, but I wouldn't. You know why? Because my job is to protect her
Yeah,
mental, spiritual, and physical. So
right.
I won't ask her to do anything that I know will make her uncomfortable. She in there sleep. But if some asshole dudes just to prove a point, they would do some stupid shit like that. If I tell my girl to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and make me a sandwich You know, I want her, like, bro, why would you wake somebody up to, like, just saying stupid stuff? Like, that's why women don't want to submit. Like, my wife is willing to submit to me because she know I'm gonna protect and provide for her. She know I'm gonna take care of her. So that's why she willingly submits to me.
And then at that point, it's like, okay, so who is the sole breadwinner in you know, because you know you ain't providing nothing, but you want the woman to be submissive, but you ain't really, you just, I'm the man. I'm the man. And a lot of men just think because they the man, they supposed to be the man. But you ain't doing what you supposed to be doing to be the man.
Wait a
I,
minute. There's
I
really women.
used to I used to work in the hospital, and I worked with this doctor, real cool anesthesiologist. And her husband was a stay-at-home husband, took care of the girl. She had two girls, and she was so fucking submissive towards him. And people used to wonder why. Like, she the one who make all the money, but is what he did, is who he was at home. He took care of the house. He took care of her. You know, she didn't have to put gas in the car. She never had to clean her car off. He took care of her. He protected and provided for her. Yeah, she made the money, but it was his money. He can do whatever he want with the money. She brought her checks to him because she knew he was gonna handle things. She
So,
didn't even know how much they was paying for a phone bill, and she made all the money.
mm,
So it's not about even the money. You know what I'm saying? It's more about her
respect.
feeling
Yeah,
protected and her feeling provided for. Even though she's providing the income, he provided to make sure everything else was taken care of. She
I
can just focus on being a doctor, you know. And when she came home, you know, her kids was taken care of. You know, he had stuff planned for the family to do. She loved it, and people used to laugh, and she was like, "Yeah, but you can't get this out of a man.
you
You
can't.
can't get what he's protecting me mentally, emotionally, and physically. And
But
your man don't do that."
and they don't. And then that at the side eye and like, why you doing it? I'm just
Oh
Mm-hmm.
shit. That's a rare situation because the women out here that sit here and provide everything, the men usually sit in the couch and just play video games all fucking day, or be in the corner talking about they hustling but they smoking their own shit. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
it's the truth because I'm seeing that more and more often. I'm sitting here, I was like, y'all
laugh.
dumb hoes.
I love to laugh. And
I,
the thing about me, hey to everybody, y'all. I ain't even over here like I seen Ryder. Like I said, I seen Ryder was live. I didn't even know I was joining anybody else. And I promise y'all, like, I love good conversation. And I want people to put me in my place and tell me what's right and wrong. Because at the end of the day, the submissive part, I wish the world I would. Now, maybe I don't know enough years as I get, maybe. But
if you, I,
at
I
this
promise you this: if you find the right person, you will willingly. If you find a person, you will be like, okay, because it's really innate. It's like that's part of the femininity, you know. Is given, but see, you know, this is what people focus on. They focus on a woman submitting. I'm submissive towards my wife. You see what I'm saying? They focus on that because it's biblical, but the reality is, like I was just telling writers earlier, a happy wife is a happy life. You know why?
right,
Because I am going to like my wife is naturally go give me nurturing. So if I give her a little bit, she gonna give me a lot. So imagine if I give her a lot.
ooh
You
wee,
you know what I'm saying? So when
finna be
people hear that, when the more I pour into my wife, the more she can pour back into me, and it's natural for women to nurture. So as long as her cup stay full, mine go stay spilling.
uh-huh.
If I can keep my wife's cup full, mine's gonna stay spilling. They laugh at me all the time because I'll be like, "No, my wife won't let me come online until I rub her feet." I rub my feet, you know why? Because she enjoyed it to make her feel good. And guess what? She made me feel good. So long as she's feeling good, guess what? I'm gonna keep feeling good.
And
That's why they say happy wife, happy life.
you're not shamed about it. You are able
Oh
to
no,
say, hey, okay.
I
And that's
hate feet.
how
I
that
ain't gonna lie to you.
listen, and that's the part about being submissive to your husband or your wife or whoop whoop. That's the part of it. It's an equal opportunity.
Hmm.
But when a person just straight saying, you gonna be submissive to me. I want you to whoop the whoop the whoop. Hold on. We not going this way. And first of all, even down to me, like, I don't need you. I, I
So
just want to be around. I
Miss
just want
Bama,
to be around. Huh?
do you believe us women that, us women that keep choosing them type of men create our own chaos? We don't want to learn from the same mistakes.
So
It's like we keep picking the same type of men. And I'm just speaking in general.
let me tell you something. You will never keep picking the same.
Mm.
You will never. You can never keep picking the same, and it's not a them situation, it's a you situation.
Hmm.
I know that within myself because you have to know. you, they have that whole big good picture on the front page of the book. That book got a whole good page, whatever it is, title and all that bullshit. Oh, excuse me, I ain't mean that. Oh Lord,
You
I'm,
good. I've done worse. Trust me.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
No, you good. You good.
I be getting hyped and stuff.
Hmm.
I love watching Miss Bama. You gotta check her out on where she.
Oh, I am.
Listen, I love to laugh, like but uh, the submissive part, like picking the same people. Yes, I really had done that. I really done that, and but it takes two times. After the third time, that's a failure. That's a failure for you. You have to look into yourself and figure out, oh well, I'm attracting all these wanna be wife type, husband type people, and they ain't even doing that themselves.
Mm.
So sometimes you gotta stop and think. Sometimes people are meant to be by themselves. I think, in
Mm.
my opinion, let me say that.
That's
In
deep.
my opinion, sometimes people are meant to be by themselves because the controlling or the thoughts of, oh, you playing me, or I'm doing more than you doing, and do, then that's when it becomes a problem with me. So I don't know.
And don't take this the wrong way. I'm just hearing some of your experience, and I just feel like you've been dating now. I think you just need to look for to date up because it's
Oh,
the
I'm
it's the
done.
quality. It sounds like it's more the quality of type of men that you dealing with.
50 years old in July, and I done all the dating and the coding and all
She
that.
said, "I'm done."
And whoever ain't for whatever is not for me is not gonna be for me right now. So
I can feel that
I
too.
done done that. I done done that. I done been around that. I done been in a real live relationship with
Yeah.
a narcissist that wanted me to submit to him, but he couldn't submit to me. He was playing play games. He was playing play games to where, okay, well, I spent a little money on you and your kids, but then on the background be like, oh, well, I ain't have to do it. No, you didn't, because at the end of the day, I got them. I got if I want to take my kids anywhere, I got the money to do it. You wanted to do it.
But
You the one didn't know that you was gonna fall in love with. You thought it was gonna be a trick type thing, and I'm not no trick. I'm a real individual. I'm human. I stand on business. So
Listen,
when you found out that I was that person, then you changed, and you still wanted me to submit to you, and I couldn't. I just couldn't do it because at the end of the day, I just couldn't.
I,
I don't know why I
I,
couldn't. I don't know why.
yeah.
I'm a.
What
I don't. I know a lot of people be saying zodiac signs
you
don't
say
really
you a what?
nothing, huh?
What zodiac sign is you?
Cancer,
That's what my wife is. I get along with Cancer. Me and Cancer would be cool. I'll be kicking it with Cancer. My
right,
best friend is a Cancer.
right.
You know,
Like
Cancer's
we
cool, man.
are the real. Well, I don't know. I'm just gonna say, you thought you had found you a real crash dummy, and it was not that. A lot of people be. I don't know. I don't really know how to just
Miss
until
Family,
y'all
thank
hear
you.
my story. I won't. I'm like giving y'all bits and pieces, but I came up because that submissive. When I was here, like submissive. Oh, that's
Yeah, that's like
that.
I promise you, I never had that. I never had that issue where I had to ask the female. I wouldn't even like I'm interested of men. I want to hear from men explain what submissiveness is. Like
Mm,
what does it mean to them? Because you'll hear different things. You know, obey what I say, but are you saying the right things? Like that's what I'm saying. Are you proving? Like for me, this is just what women tell me. You know, when I do ask them, "Are you submissive to me?" Yeah. Why? Because you prove that I can trust you. You prove that you can lead. You prove you can guide. You prove that. So yeah, I'm willing to do so. Like every woman I was with said, well, I ain't gonna say every because I didn't answer. The last three women I was with, including my wife and my first wife, they both said this. They all said the same thing. You know, so
mm.
um, I
But
just
that's
never had that issue.
when you talk about submissive, I want to talk about it because at the end of the day, huh? You want me to yes sir, no sir. Okay, oh let me slide
Why
over.
are there men like that though?
Because
Yeah,
they need validation, man. A lot like she used the term earlier, narcissist, and that's how you can tell if you're dealing with a narcissist if it's consistent behavior of needing validation
yeah,
outside of themselves. I
yeah.
don't know nobody like when people say stuff, nice stuff to me. I'm appreciative, but I don't need it. I know who the hell I am. Like I know what I can do. My self-esteem, my self-confidence is high. I don't need it from anybody. I'ma still continue to get shit done if you slap me on my back or not. I don't even need it from my wife, but it's always appreciated and I'm grateful for it. You know, my wife praises me all day, you know, but I don't need it. And she knows that. But she knows it's like a morale boost and it makes me feel good. It makes her feel good too, you know, acknowledging what I'm doing or, uh, that makes her feel good, so that's what she do. But she, like my wife know, like when it comes, I'm like one of them throwback all bunion dude. I just put my head down and get it done. Whatever I know need to get done, I get it done. I don't need no motivation. The motivation is getting it done. So but those dudes they need outside validation. They need a slap on the back.
Yeah,
They need
especially
to have that validation of the approval. I'm doing something. I'm somebody because they don't feel it within.
mm. and when
That's
I
deep.
said and when I say, oh well, because oh Lord, I am very cutthroat when I get mad. I'm very cutthroat, and for years, like 6 years, I was with that dude, and it was like, man, something ain't right. Like you not right. I could be your roommate. I could do whatever. But don't act like I'm your girl when you know I'm not your girl because you want me to submit to you and you're not submitting to me. Like For real, for real. Like men be wanting women to submit to them, and okay, well, you submit to me. I know it's in the Bible that the women's supposed to, but some kind of men just ain't that type of people.
Yo, Miss Bama came up
Ain't
here in her
they?
tank bag, yo. Like right now, she reminded me of Tank. Like, yo, I swear to God, she in her, 40 times right now. I can't. I don't know if y'all heard that song, yo. I love that song. He killed that John, man. I've never been cheated on, but I love that song because it's like the concept of it. Like when Miss Bama came up, on some real shit. Like, I'm gonna read a little part of it, right? Miss Bama's like, I'm tired of being fucking strong and soft. Fuck love, yo. Some real shit.
The fuck you mean?
She's like, look, man, because take out a song, all right? She's like, how did we turn into enemies? I'm questioning your credibility. Was it a lie? All the vows we made because I loved you, but I'm not sure how I changed. Now you're out playing with some other itch. Niggas be so counterfeit. All of that begging and crying you did just to put me through this ish. You could have left me alone. And then she goes, it's been 40 days since you've heard from me. It's been 40 nights since I've been asleep. 40 things going through my mind. I've got 40 lies, 40 different times, 40 days since I've touched the phone, 40 nights. 40 nights since I've cried alone, right? I got 40 things going through my mind. Ain't no hope in love. I've tried it 40 times. Real itches can't be bought. So tired of being strong. Someone come keep me soft. I gave you too much credit, right? And your shit is so inauthentic. But I hope you see the light someday, right? And she says, I know all your niggas warned you. I did everything correct from the love down to the sex. You get the effort you're giving me. So basically she's like, I'm gonna give you the same shit. But instead of cheating, I'm walking this time and I'm not gonna fucking pay attention to what you're saying. This time I'm gonna be strong enough to walk away. That's why I was like, yo, she came up in her tank bag. She said, fuck love. I tried that shit 40 times.
Naomi, I would have to ask for a little bit more context. But if you was in a relationship with somebody for 2 years and they just decided to break up, are you asking?
She decided.
Oh,
She said she decided to break up.
for
See,
2 years
now
and I
that's when
decided
you
to
get
break up
into
with you. What would I do personally? Move on. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I done women that broken up with me, and then like, oh, you don't want to know why? No, I'm good. If it's over, it's over. I move on. There's billions of people on this planet. You know, I'm not fighting for something that don't want me, that I don't own. I'm straight. I mean, if you like, even my wife, man, I love my wife to death, but tomorrow she's like, I want a divorce. I'd be like, bring me the papers, man.
Worse than I ain't fighting.
To do. You know, well, I mean, what if that's something you want? Then what am I supposed to do?
yeah. But
You know?
hurt people, and
Yeah.
everybody into that mental spot where are you mentally? Are you talking to me because you want to talk to me, or you talking to me because this what you think gonna hurt me?
That's crazy.
And I feel like this too. When it comes to women, if a woman break up with you, she been done with you. She been done.
Mm?
She already mentally moved on. That's how I feel like when it comes to
Mm.
women. Like when women
But you're not
decide,
lying,
like,
though.
like when women
You're not
done,
lying.
they done. They was already mentally, they mentally checked out already. Now they just physically doing, So and Commander, I ain't gonna lie to you. It adds an abundance. It makes me better. I will admit that. I love my wife. Appreciating me. It makes me feel more appreciated. But what I'm saying is, I'm gonna still do what I got to do, regardless if somebody there or seeing me do it or not. I'm gonna still do it. But that's why I say my wife adds to me. She definitely adds to me.
She ain't
I ain't go downplay what she do. You
subtracting.
know,
She is not subtracting. And
nah,
and you a man.
definitely not.
You a man, and you
I'm a better man because of her.
right.
I'm just better. I'm
That's
just
what
better.
hold on. Let me clap for you.
My wife, man, my wife a bad motherfucker, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. My wife bad motherfucker, man. My wife is bad. I love my wife to death, and yeah, she made me a better man. She made me want to reach for more. She made me desire more. You know, I ain't gonna never downplay what my wife do. Never that.
She
But
fulfills
yeah,
his biggest desires.
but if somebody, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, if they done, they done. You know, that's how I look at it. But then you get like, but that's because I got confidence and self, and I got a high self esteem too. A lot of men don't. Most men, y'all call them men, but they ain't men. They little boys, man. That's why y'all be playing mama to them.
Woo-hoo.
I'm just being real.
Ooh.
A lot of these dudes, like men who can't overcome adversity, and adversity is, a woman breaking up with you. That's adversity. If you can't overcome that, if you get all stockish and all that, oh, you mine, nah, man. You ain't got enough confidence in yourself to go get another woman.
Call my mama. Let me call my
Mm,
mama. My mama. What?
mm.
Oh, wow.
I
Basically, what they
love
doing
her.
is getting off of one couch, right, popping mama's nipple out of it, right, and hopping onto the next couch and popping that nipple into it.
You cannot latch on to this titty. Oh,
Yo, Miss Bomber be funny as hell, yo. I love her.
appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
no,
she'll
no.
get like Nathan Great, yo. She be giving eulogies, yo. I be loving her eulogies. I be over here like, oh shit, I'm in the bushes. Don't nobody know shit. Like in every panel. I'm like,
That's it. But she said she had cancer, right? So what people don't understand, cancers they like water, right? So water can be creative, it can be soothing, it can be nurturing, or it can be destructive. You know,
yeah.
so just stay on the creative side of the cancer, stay on the nurturing, stay on that. Like even with my wife, man, I don't like to see my wife mad. I'll be like, man, you gotta calm
Cause,
your ass down.
cause
Like,
I
nah, man, she get
said
destructive as hell.
to him, I be like, hold on. Y'all don't
Like,
really,
like
I
on this.
don't know how,
Oh, man.
I don't know how to turn stuff on and turn stuff off. I be like, hold on, hold the
Yo, Miss Bama, you gotta check out words. Was it yesterday that you were talking about the social media what was it? Yesterday's live or the one before yesterday? Hold on one second. Let me
It
check
might
it
have
out.
been the one before yesterday. Yep.
Because I think yesterday I didn't
okay.
What?
What's up?
let me see.
Yeah, I think
I'm
days before
for
yesterday.
I'm
I
so
can't even get on.
Monetization, there you go, monetization of ignorance, social media era. You gotta
Yeah,
check that live. The word did. He was
I'm gonna
talking
do a
about
part two of that.
accountability in social media, you know
because
how
listen, I'm not even monetized yet.
that's
I'm
why
ready.
we're able to say what we say. Shit, shit.
Yeah, I'm monetized. I'm almost trying to get ready, but it's like, man, I don't want to keep fighting these people, these demons. They ride or die for me. And time I made it to 1,000 subs, everybody want to be mad. When I made
Mm,
500 subs, they wanted to be mad. Like, hold on,
that's
hold.
why I be. That's why I be in my own little corner, man. I've been doing this for 2 years, man. I experienced so many ups and downs, and I just took it as a lesson. Like,
Yeah,
the people who rock out with you, man, they gonna rock out with you. The people who don't, then they gonna fall off, man. There's gonna be some haters in your midst, and they're only around because they don't think you can achieve it. But when you do, then that's when the hate come out. So man, I take the good with the bad on here, man. I met Rachel. I met a lot of good people, and that's what made me forget about all the bad people I ran into. Just keep fucking with the good people, man.
that's right. And even like I be having good conversation panels,
Yeah,
and
she does.
and that's why they don't like me. Because when I have my panels, yeah, we laughing about some stuff, but at the end of the day, let's talk about what's talk about. I don't want to be arguing with people. I don't know these people.
I gotta go find your channel now. Did you type in my chat? If you can, I don't know if you can type in my chat, but hold on. I think never mind. Commander got it right here.
Yeah,
No, I can't click on it. Oh, I gotta
I'll be right
go.
back.
they be over here, and it's like you in this sector, you in that sector, and you this and you that. I'm me. I'm me.
Yeah.
I don't care if I ride with whoever I ride with. I just want everything to make motherfucking sense. With whoever I ride with, I
Uh
just
oh.
want it.
Yeah, I can't. I don't be arguing with people, bro. Like these
I,
people weird as hell, man. I don't
I,
deal with people like this in real life.
I,
Like, you know, I
I,
know a person real quick. You weird as hell. Fuck out of here.
you know. Let me, y'all, hold on.
That's why, Rach. That's why I just be chilling, man. Because I'll be like, man, I ain't about to try to. I ain't about to. Half of these people got mental issues anyway, man. I ain't about to be sitting there arguing with these slow motherfuckers. You did this. You did like, bro, man. Y'all weird, bro. And she said she'll. I'm gonna start trying to hit some panels, man. Y'all gonna have to let me up on some panels. Rach, yours really be the only one I'll be hitting. You and Gary. I'm gonna start trying to hit some panels. I like going on God is D panel, but she just be going on too early. I don't really get to go on Nate's panels no more because he be on too early. But I'm gonna start trying to hit more panels. We're trying to keep them straight. Appreciate that, sis. Appreciate that. The commander, the general, defense of the Niners in the building. But yeah, just a lot of the problem with relationships, it all comes down to you, you know, and especially at the beginning. I know I hit those 3 points, but um, if you establishing a relationship, I think I did a video on this a while back, but it's some key. You need to establish, expectation of what should be expected of you and what you expect from the other person before y'all get too deep into it, because communication is key. That's a part of communicating. You know, always say effective communication, because we can bark at each other all day. That's technically communicating, but effective communication is when both parties comprehend one another, when we understand what the other party is trying to convey. That's effective communication. And if you do that, establish standards and boundaries, and lay down the expectation. I don't. There's a formula for things to happen right. You know, the probability of the relationship going right is higher when those things are established. And a lot of people don't do that because they don't know who they are. They never define what they want. They don't even know the difference between a want and a need. So even when people looking, they will put things that are superficial over the things that are necessary. When it comes to like a person's character, people don't even look at that first.
Oh my goodness. You just said a whole mouthful, and I just came back and said they don't even know how to determine from the wants and the needs.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me? Like
Mm-hmm.
needing people be needing more than what they want.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody don't they never can tell you which one it is. Is it a want or is it a need?
Or is it a need?
You got to make some of it make sense, because all
Mm-hmm.
I want, because I don't need nothing, but all I want is to laugh and find stuff funny, even in hard situations. I want to find out to laugh about it, because I'm I'm I'm, I'm yeah, Hello, new to y'all. I'm about to turn 50 in July. That's a half.
Half a century, huh?
Hold on, I couldn't even get that out because it's like, hold on, y'all thinking I need friends on YouTube. Y'all thinking that, but no, it's not. They don't even want to gather. They take my story and make it out to be what they want to be because
Mm.
they want to be a part and don't know how to be a part. My, man, only if you knew. So you gotta come check me out and stuff. Y'all come check me out on people hating on me because of my son. And I don't know how much more minutes we got on here or whatever, or if I can just clearly kind of get y'all a little rough draft.
Okay, go ahead. Let me welcome Commander to the panel real quick, though. What
Okay.
up, though, Nine?
Sorry. Hi. What up, nine? What up, word? Riders, are you there? Bama, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
That's my nine. That's my nine.
That's
That's
my
right.
nine.
That's right.
I'm ready to hear, Bama. You're going to talk about your son?
No, I'm not gonna talk about him. I'm gonna say,
Oh,
um, like I was a sub for years, and last year, January 31st of last year, 2024, two of my son's friends was coming portraying that they was coming over there to play the game with him because he liked to play the game. But they came over there to rob him for his PS5, shot him 5 times in my house, you know. So when I came out here and told my story, it was a lot of people. Like I'm I was like, okay, well, I'm doing this by myself and all that. And I came out and I said, hey, I need support, I need help, cause for real, I ain't really got no family. Um, the work people, you know, they working. They ain't got time to take off their job because I ain't got no job no more. You know what I'm saying? They don't. So they just really like,
what
oh
kind of support were you looking for?
well, that was way back in August. I was just looking like because I
Like emotional, like
yeah I was
people to talk to?
yeah pretty much, but not so much. I was looking for people that know somebody that know somebody that know somebody at that point
Oh, that
because
part. Okay, my bad.
on this internet, it is people that got good jobs that know some that know people and and I was just reaching out, and after that it was like, okay, the more people with the encouragement, they came with the encouragement, then they said, oh well, boom shakalaka, you chose another side that we ain't on. Okay, and that's fact. So now I'm on a side that they not on, and they just steady be hold on, cause the
I think
shit
I think I
fucking
understand
funny.
what you
I
said.
understand.
Yeah.
I'm
Man,
But
back.
see, people be gang. Look, man, it's people who that we was all cool with on here, and maybe I fell out with them, and it's still people cool with them. I don't be, I don't control who. Nobody go around. I'm not game banging on the internet. Like we got our little group, the 9%. This my family on here. I love them to death. But if they want to go support someone I don't support, I don't say shit to them. I don't look at them different or nothing like that. I don't control them. I know they ain't going over there, to disparage me. But if we all knew these people, even if we didn't know them, they still individuals, right? And they respect me and I respect them. But these people
Yeah.
on here, they be wanting loyalty from people, and like for me,
And
I got loyalty to them,
oh, your
and they got
brother,
loyalty to me. But my loyalty is not you do what I think you should do. Is I respect you for doing what you want to do. And even if they go places where I'm not wanted, they're respectful to me. They ain't, even if a person is talking about me, right? As long as my people ain't talking about me, I'm fine with that. Like people, I
yes.
don't know, man. People are too fucking weird to me. People
That's the
weird to me,
problem.
man. I don't do all that gang
That's
banging shit
the
on the internet.
problem.
Nobody owns anybody.
Nah, man.
Especially on this internet.
Hmm.
Oh,
Especially
you ain't loyal. Like people don't even know what loyalty is, man.
Hmm,
Oh, because I don't like them, I don't want you to like them. That's not loyalty.
no. Do
Because you might not like them for a stupid reason. Like,
yeah, so that's my story, you know what I'm saying? And my son, he's still here.
yeah, that's a blessing. I'm happy
He's
there he's still here.
still here to this day, but he is paralyzed from his chest down.
Mm.
And is now it's a mockery. Everybody wanna, you know what I'm saying? Say,
That's fucked up, man.
but guess what? Okay.
See
So
what they do?
I'm over here. So listen to me, y'all. Listen to me real good. I prayed for my son. Okay. My son is still here. He was critical. He was all that whoop to whoop. Um, I prayed. God, God got him. He took my son told me he seen the light in everything. God brought him back, right? Okay. But they want me to be mad that they saying that my son got shot and I was not there to protect him and whoop de whoop. That don't bother me. That makes you out to be the real stupid ass dummy.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry for cussing, but that make you out to be the dumb person to either spit them words out your mouth. Because I was not home. You gonna say I was not there to protect, but I pulled up. I pulled up within 10 minutes, didn't even know nothing was going on. And when my daughter came to my car, cause I could tell y'all, me and my kids, they be pranking me all the time. And when she came to my car, whoop the whoop, and I'm looking at her like, girl, if you don't get the fuck out, I really was like, girl, if you don't get the fuck out, I still laugh because I done did all my crying, okay?
Hmm.
And when these devilish people keep trying to throw that in my face, it's only making me stronger. You ain't doing nothing to me. That you're not doing nothing to me because I know you could come out here with a narrative and say whatever the hell you want to say. Oh, I was out drinking and all that. No, that wasn't the case. But guess what? I was right there. My daughter and her baby was right there. And at the end of the day, my baby here. And the people that be speaking on my kid, I don't wish nothing bad on them. Now, that's how councils roll. You know, I think I ain't gonna say I'm no weak motherfucker. I pray. I got power in my prayer, but you not gonna just say no anything.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to do it. and be able to win with a counsel.
And
Because
you know what? And
you
that's
know
why
the
I'm not
friends.
really will. I ain't willing to deal with a lot of people on this internet. Because a lot of these people, like I said, in real life, they ain't even worthy to be around me. And you doing shit like that, talking about somebody's kids. I don't fuck with people like that in real life. I
Yeah,
don't mess with the dead. I respect all dead, even if I like the person or not. I
yeah,
still because once
yeah.
somebody die, that becomes an ancestor, and I'm real deep into my spiritual practices. So I respect all dead. I don't talk about nobody kids. I ain't about to be talking about nobody white. I may have fun with people if they piss me off, but I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna keep it on them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't
That's
about
what
to,
I'm saying. Like, why
you
y'all?
know.
My son said he don't want to be, and that's what I was saying. If y'all wanted to know, I was gonna go.
Did she go out?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she cut out.
I was gonna start off with the journey of him and stuff, and he was like, "Mama, no, don't do it. I don't want to be." You know what I'm saying? You start your channel. You do what you want to do, and that's what I've been doing. But I guess I'm in a messy group sector or whatever, and it's just so much mess each and every day.
I I'd be honest with you. It's best to do your own thing, and it's best to lose all the support and gain the right support. Lose all the wrong. That I had to go through that. But it's more worth it at the end. You get more like minded people, like hearted people. Then you can come on here
Are they
and you
bad?
ain't gotta like no, my people good. Like I'm,
Hmm.
we grouping it back up. I got people from Australia, all different races, different cultures,
Mm-hmm.
different belief systems. I rock with everybody. I got love in my heart. I ain't got no hate in my heart. So I ain't dealing with people like that. Like people come around like that. I may have fun with them until I boot them, but it's not fun to troll me because I'm gonna read you.
Just
And I'm gonna
block
just tell
them.
you about yourself. You come with I don't judge nobody. I'm not that guy. I'm not God. So I ain't about to try to judge nobody. I
Yeah.
accept people for who they are. All I ever ask is let's be respectful so we can have a good conversation. We joke around, we play. Like I be making you come up here and do something funny, I'm gonna make a drop out of you. But I'm not gonna do it to disparage you, but I'm gonna do it to have fun with you. I do stuff like that. Like Commander got her whole song over here, right? You want to hear Commander's song real quick?
Lego, Lego. Hey, hey, loving me, Tracy Anderson. I don't,
That's my OG, man. That's my homie right there.
okay, okay, okay.
Carrion, what up, Ozzy? That's my Australian interpreter. He say all the stuff to the white people that I can't say. So hold on, let's play Commander's song.
And another thing, that's what they mad. They be mad because they don't like me to laugh.
No, we have fun over here. This Commander's number one hit. This go viral in a minute.
Okay, Lego.
Can you hear
Keep
me?
on. Okay, here we
What
go.
up, nine? You gotta donkey punch him. Hey, I wanna know. You gotta donkey punch him. Donkey punch him. You gotta donkey punch him. Mature conversation. You gotta donkey punch him. That's the ADHD. Donkey punch him. Life happens, or you grow out of stuff, or what, just things happen. Donkey punch him. You gotta donkey punch him. And then people think that women can't be like the predator or the violent person in the relationship. Like, you gotta donkey punch him. Use something for malice. You gotta donkey punch him. Trying to send me across the border? Donkey punch him. Donkey punch him. You
I'm
trying to
gonna
send
warn
me
you,
across
don't.
the border?
Yeah, I'm gonna warn you, don't go look up what donkey punch means.
Just, but just
Don't
donkey
go look
punch him.
it up.
It's like, how are those people that say those things, like, how I feel like they're dead inside. Because for
Right,
people to say things like that, something's wrong with you. Something's
right.
wrong with that
Yeah,
person.
they call it dark humor.
A
Nah,
black
that's not
car,
humor.
not even
No,
funny.
I'm saying that's the excuse they use. They call it dark humor, but it's not humor at all. People are doing it to try to hurt other people, man. Like, why would you talk about somebody's kids, man?
Mm.
If
Something's
you like
missing.
but this how I look at it. If you get kids and love them, how can you form, like you said earlier, how can you form your mouth and say something negative about somebody else? I can't do it.
Hmm.
Out of respect of myself and out of respect of my own. That's why you don't hear me talking like that to people, man. I got too much dignity and respect for myself to even stoop down to these people level, man. There's some unscrupulous ass people on the internet, man. They have no morals and no values, and I don't want them straight.
Self destruction.
They're not
Mm-hmm.
afraid of karma. They shouldn't be saying that in the first place, but at the very least, just because of karma, they shouldn't say it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess
And
they.
what's crazy would be the older people too. Like this
Mm-hmm.
platform is kind of like, yo, it's like a battle between, how can I say it, my era and the older people, and I don't understand why. Like kids could behave better than what the older people behave, like the grown-ups behave in this fucking app. I swear to God.
And I ain't gonna say, I ain't gonna put a jacket on all the elderly, but the
That's
ones
why I said it's
who
between.
do act like they be in competition with these younger people instead of putting themselves in a position to lead and guide them. That's what I was saying the other day when I heard them older dudes going at it. I'm like, bro, y'all only y'all 50 somewhere pulling up and doing it. Y'all supposed to be setting an example for me. I supposed to be the one who's looking up to y'all, but I gotta come through and civilize you much. Like, nah, bro, that ain't how it's supposed to be. But that's how it is, bro. It's like, I mean, like I said, having fun on here, joking around, we gonna do that. We gonna have fun, but it's you gotta have boundaries and standards, right? We still gotta set some standards. We can have fun without me talking about somebody's kid, without me talking about somebody's wife, without me threatening somebody's life. We can still have fun and make sure it's mutual when you joking with people back and forth. Because why you gonna come on here? You talk about, oh, I'm just joking, but what if this person don't feel like joking, bro? Like, be respectful, man. Like, I can people like if Ozzy come up here on some real, like some serious shit, I ain't gonna fuck with it. But if he come up as he normally do, then we joke around and play, and he give me the same respect. Same thing with Gary, same thing with Commander, with Rach. If I know Rach is on, if she needs a vent or she feels some type of way, I'm not gonna sit there and pick with her and shit like that. No, I'm a respect her. That's all you got to do, man.
That's
But
why I
these
respect
people
Miss
on here
Bama.
weird as hell.
Miss Bama's someone I could say I could respect her as somebody older than me, on this platform. But there's a lot of women out here that are way older than me. Like I've never seen disrespectful elders until I got into this job.
Do you think
Where,
they're like that in real life, or just like
Hell
here?
yeah.
where you
If,
should play
if they
this, play this for
if
me.
they not if they not like that in real life, then they fucking losers. Why you gonna come on the internet and
Yeah.
say something like that to me? Like that to me is weird. I
Yeah,
come
you
on here as I
show 'em
am.
the sign. You
You
show
know.
'em who you are. But
Yeah,
even
man.
when you come out here, yeah, a lot of people be saying, okay, well, I can go on the internet and I can be all that I can be. But at the end of the day, uh,
In
but
real life.
then on
Mm,
the internet is your character.
That's
mm-hmm.
that's
That's
why I
who
say I respect Miss Bama.
that's who you are. It's no getting away around it. So
That's just a part of you that mainly people. I mean, sometimes people come on here, like you said, they feel comfortable being something that they can't be in real life. But you acting. That's what you're doing. You fucking acting. So you fake as hell now.
but
Or if you come on here and that's how you really are, you just unscrupulous. You just a fucked up person. So either way, you fucked up.
yeah.
If you come on here faking, or if you come on here and you just fucked up. Oh,
Where play that lyrical poem so Ozzy can hear it.
hold on 1 second. I'm outside. You said did you share it?
Yeah, it's in the background.
Now, I have seen people come around and apologize. It's very
Yeah. I
few,
mean,
but I have seen
yeah,
people be regretful for
that's
those foul
Some be trying to
behaviors.
give you their ass to kiss, and that's where I'm like, listen, man, respect is earned, not just given. And if you don't
Yeah.
respect yourself, how you expect me to respect you? Get the fuck. I'm sorry. Get out my face with that. I'm sorry.
And even that, Commander, when people come through and apologize, like, yeah, we have good days and bad. You know what I'm saying? But them just apologizing, that's a testament to their character, especially if it's genuine and it's meaningful.
And
Now,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
about to play Ryder's
When
thing real
they
quick.
come and apologize,
But see, when you say I'm sorry,
they,
you're gonna do it again. I thought there was a difference
I
between I'm
tell them,
sorry and an
man,
apology.
be sorry, be careful. I
It's
tell
how
them,
my
don't,
baby
man,
pops.
don't be sorry, be careful, baby, because what you done already said, okay, I can forgive, but I will never forget.
Forget.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because some people do like jump on the bandwagon, like
They
maybe
jump
that's
out
not
the
really
window.
who they are, but then they got carried away and then they just said a bunch of stuff because
But
other people were saying it and then they feel bad later.
we too grown. People
Yeah.
need to think about shit before they do it.
But I would say this
You're
too, though.
right.
You know, just to add to what Commander was saying, I say this too. Like I said, we had good days and bad days. You know, if a person apologizes and corrects the behavior, it's genuine. Okay, you know, so you had a bad day. What I learned to do is not to seek perfection, not only in myself but in other people. I don't expect people to be perfect. I expect people to fuck up and do wrong shit all the time because that's how majority of the people. That's how we learn. It's about doing the things wrong, then we understand how to do it right. So
Right.
if the person is genuine and if they correct the behavior, then we can rock out. But if they just saying it to put a band-aid over a fucking wound where you need stitches, I'm straight.
That's how it be. It's on my lyrical poem. That's why I say, look, listen, man. See, I got Ozzy. I got something behind bars. We go behind beats for you. I was gonna say behind
Well,
bars.
tell me when you ready.
We
Y'all
got
ready? I'm gonna play it real quick because I'm outside. I'm gonna play it and step back out. So let me put it up on. All right.
What up, Ozzy?
I ain't gonna get stuck for this, right?
no, you don't. But if you want the little license thing, I'll give it to you.
I don't want to get stuck. I'm good. But I played. I think.
I bought the
I
beat.
played
I got
one
the
of.
license to it. I
I
got the
played
license
one
to the
of.
beat.
Okay, I played one of Frankie's things, and they wouldn't let me monetize it. It's not a strike, but they wouldn't let me monetize the video. I had to cut it
Oh
off.
no, you don't get a strike. You might get a copyright thingy. It's going to tell you to delete it or ask for my license, which I said you wanted it, so I said it.
All right, yeah, you can play it. It's up there.
All right, I'm about to put it on there. Real shit. And then I got the one where I came at the others. I call Word my savior. Word and Nate the Great. They took me under their wing. I had a little something to say to them, but that's some real shit. That's how it be on this app. That's how I see it.
Yes.
Real shit.
That was fly. That was dope. I like that.
Yeah, like that's how people, make them. How can I say that? That's how people make others see them. That's some crazy shit. That's what I said. Like, how can I respect you if I see that you don't respect yourself? You coming online, behaving like this, acting like this, but yet you want me to treat you. I'm treating you how you treating yourself.
You heard.
If you act like a hoe, I'm gonna treat you like a hoe. If you
I,
act like a bitch, I'm gonna treat you like a bitch. I'm sorry.
all right. Well, hey, I'm finna go and get on up off the panel. I appreciate you guys.
Oh shit,
Like,
I'm surfing through this
So
shit.
good. Wait,
make
wait,
sure you like the
this
channel and subscribe
I'm
and
going big airplane. Hold on, y'all. It's a big airplane. Let me
big boy. But
hold on.
yeah,
So I appreciate you, all of y'all, for you know what I'm saying, listening to me and whatever good conversation and stuff. And no matter what, I'm me. I ain't gonna never change for nobody. Even be the one try to tell me to be the submissive one. I holler at you, bro. But
Did no, she did. Yes, she did. You gotta love Miss Bama. She said, She be the top. I don't want you. I want your daddy. Tell your daddy come over here. I'm not
oh,
wiping your ass. Go grab your daddy.
That's hilarious.
yeah.
Nice to meet you, Bama.
Hey,
Nice.
Stay
nice meeting you.
strong.
And make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and turn that bell on because we be having good conversations over there. And when the link drop, you're more than welcome to come up and pop. You know what I'm saying? We're good to go.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
vice versa, guys. Make sure y'all go check out Miss Bama, yo. She be having some great conversations, but I'm telling y'all, man, I'm warning y'all, she will give you a eulogy. So come in respectful.
I be cuss, but at the end of the day, I'm cussing because you done pissed me the fuck. Oh, excuse me. You done pissed me out.
Mhm.
I don't like that because I know who I am and I know who I serve. I know what is great for me. And a lot of people need to understand when you got something good in your life and it could be something different, it could be a different story. Praise it, praise it, praise it.
Mhm.
There's a
Facts.
Grateful for
it's a purpose. That's all I got to say.
it.
But yeah,
We appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all. I got to go ahead on and get on up out of here and make sure my boy is 18 now. I probably didn't never finish. But he 18 when he got shot. He was 16, 6 days before he was turning 17. But he 18. And that's still my boy. That's my baby.
You're a good
Shout out
mother,
to your
Miss Bama.
baby.
You're a
Yeah,
great
he's still here. That's what's important. He's still here with you, rocking out. So
You
And
know
that's
what I'm
another
saying?
thing too. She talks about her journey, guys. So if y'all want to check her journey out with her son, go check her out, yo. She has great conversations, great topics, but she's had she has her story on her channel.
I subbed.
that's up
Everybody
there
go
too.
sub.
Yeah, let's show some love, man. Y'all know how we do. We'll drop a 9 over there.
Intercept. They want to intercept my story, my journey. When I said, okay, I'm finna go though, for real. But when I said, my son said, "Nah, mama, you do your thing. I don't want to be on here whoop the whoop." My son doing gaming and all that. You know what I'm saying? He doing all what he want to do, but he don't want me to be out here talking about him, and that's what they talk about. That's what they think. They clutch. That's what they think that's gonna hurt me. That makes me mad, and it's not.
You
It's
got
not.
this. You're a warrior, though. You got this.
So at the end of the day, I appreciate y'all for waking me up and coming in through and through and through and through.
That's what word is
And
about.
stuff
A better
and
you.
stuff.
So,
I love myself some riders like Ryder. You are you are one of the ones that just you know you
It's hard. It's
riders
hard.
a rider. Riders is a rider.
I'm just neutral though. Like
yeah.
that's what it
Rider,
is.
rider, yeah.
I'm on the side of right. That's it. At the end of the day, I feel like Lucifer sometimes. Nobody should have put me on that show. I want to be bad, but I can't help but be good.
Yeah, like shit, I'm battling myself. I'm hitting both of my hands. I'm clapping, clap, 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 clap. But yes, yeah, I gotta go. Appreciate
Have a
y'all.
good one.
All right, Miss Bama. Same to you.
Yeah, I sub up to all that, sub back up to me. Much love.
Much
Oh,
love.
for sure. Yeah, we'll be over
All right.
there.
I'm in the chat.
Yeah, I was
Ozzy.
oi. Man, I was yeah, so what kind of motivated this is like a lot of the things I've been listening to the last couple of days, and I'm like, people just don't get it. You know, hearing men and women go back at it is so much projection. You know, men saying women should be like this, and women saying men should be like this. And it's like none of y'all don't even know yourself, man. So I mean, how you expect someone to be a way, and you don't even live up to what you desire in a person to be? You're not creating the conditions and the environments for this person to be that. Like if a woman wants a man who, like I said, is protective and providing, what are you doing to create an environment where he can be protective or be the provider? And vice versa. Like when we talking about submission, are you creating an environment where a woman feels comfortable submitting? And if you're not creating that environment, how you go demand it?
Perpetual. Platypussy.
Perp,
That sounds big sis. Sorry.
what up, Perp?
Hi, Platty.
Hey, Ozzy, is a fellow Australian in the building. Perp, my boy, Harriet, where is he from? He not from Sydney. I think he not from the Gold
Melbourne,
Coast.
I
Melbourne,
think.
yeah, he over there in Melbourne. So yeah, y'all got another. We got a whole. I got a bunch of Australians that rock out with me now, Perp. I got Jason the Ghost Hunter. I got my 9 Stoic. That's a. We might have to take that honorary off of him in a minute, Commander. We might
Yo.
have to make it official. Man, he made me spit Kool-Aid out my nose
Stoic?
last night.
Stoic is a
Yeah,
9.
yeah,
Yeah.
Stoic is a 9. Oh, Commander done said it. The General Minister,
Oh, for sure,
Minister of
he's a
Defense.
9.
Word. Let me
No
ask you a
doubt about
question.
it.
Going back on topic, right? Do you think
Mhm.
it's jealousy or do you think it's hate? Well, I think it's kind of both the same thing, jealousy and hate in a way, but that's a different topic. But anyways, do you think it's jealousy or hate that, the people that come on here, right? That make people come on here, right, and try to bash or judge the people that have figured out what they want in life, whether it's in their relationships, right, or single life.
Oh, definitely, definitely. A lot of it. I mean, when you say jealousy, hate breeds jealousy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say jealousy is a form of hate, but it's definitely a byproduct. If you are jealous of someone, you have a hate for whatever you're jealous of that person. So definitely, like when people get it figured out, like this is what happens a lot, often on social media sites, right? This is what happens. Is that okay? This is what happens. People begin to put their limitations on other people. So, like, if I say I'm happy in my relationship, people be like, "Oh, well, you must be this, you must be that." No, man, I just
Yeah,
figured
they
it out.
can't believe it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they can't obtain it. So they trying to put what their limitations onto me because they can't achieve it or obtain it. I must be lying about it. Like, nah, bro, you
Or
just
like
ain't figured it out.
in my situation, right? It's hard for people to believe that there's women out here because there's more women like me, right? That don't have bodies on them. You see where I'm coming from? That believe in the traditional
Hmm.
way. You got men that'll come on, oh, that's not possible. I'm like, I feel like, they're scorned, but people say that's not true. That they're not always scorned. Da, da, da. I mean, but what other reason? Unless their mama hurt them, or their grandmama hurt them, they got to be scorned from a lady that hurt them, because for them to say here, come online and bash women because they're thinking the traditional way, that's not possible, I can't believe that. Then you got a group of them, and I've seen it on different panels, and I'm like, why is it so hard? And I've asked that question and they can never answer it. Why is it hard to believe that a woman could only be with one man, or still is a virgin in her 30s or 40s?
Because they don't deserve it. So they've never had it.
That's what I was like, it's crazy. And then they'll come and they'll
Maybe, I don't
bash
know.
man. No, but it's crazy too, because I've seen men and women sit here and say, I've seen women come on here and say, I've been in this relationship, I got married. Same type of story as Word with his wife, right? It's a vice versa thing, but they'll come here and they'll bash. it's not possible, it's not true. They'll do the same thing with men. They'll say that, they'll have the same type of story as word. And I'm saying, like,
They've
is it
been
hate?
hurt.
Is
They
it
probably
jealousy? You see where I'm coming from? Like, are they stuck
maybe
in a
they've just
past
been
they can't
hurt.
get out of, like a cocoon that can never blossom? Like, am I
They
tripping?
never met one in person in real life. It's like a rarity to them.
And it's rare to them because they're not. A lot of times, that's what I say is accountability, right? If you keep having, like you were saying, similar experiences with women, maybe it's not the women, maybe it's you. Maybe you need to go somewhere else, put yourself in another environment. Maybe you need to elevate yourself because maybe the quality you are, you're only getting what you deserve. I mean, that's what it is. People do ain't shit and they expect everything else. That's like you hear women say, "I want a man making $100,000." Do you know what it takes to be with a man that takes $100,000? No. Have you ever been with one? No. So how you want something you don't know nothing about it?
Facts.
Well, when men say, "I want a woman to submit," okay, are you qualified for a woman to submit to you? Are you able to provide and protect her? No. So why are you asking for it? Like,
Have
bro,
you
you
ever?
like these. My bad.
No,
Go
go ahead. No, go ahead.
ahead.
Finish your statement so she
No,
got
I was done. No, I was done.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I
Sorry, I
was.
interrupted you.
No, I was gonna say, and that's what I'm talking about. But that's why I said I was done. I wasn't
And that's what the
like
word
go
is
on
talking
with a
about.
point. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say, have you ever heard a man who like cheated and then he thinks that the girl was cheating, and the girl's like, "I
Mhm.
wasn't cheating on you," and he just like justifies his cheating, like, "Yeah, you were. You were cheating too. You gotta have been cheating." Like, what?
There's a phrase in
People
Spanish that says,
projection.
yeah, there's a phrase in Spanish that says que no tiene hechas, no tiene sospechas. Basically, right? If like why are you thinking that this person is doing this unless you're doing it?
Yeah.
That's the best way
It's
I
Yeah,
can
like
say
in
yeah.
their brain they're trying to justify it, or they don't
Yes.
believe it's
Mhm.
possible that the person won't cheat. They don't believe it's possible not to cheat because they're cheaters.
I can
Mhm.
go ahead and say it's a guilt trip.
It is. I mean, it's projection. I mean, you can describe it, many different ways, but at the end of the day, they're projecting what they're doing. They know they cheated, and they know they can't stop the impulsion of cheating. So they don't think other people can either. You must be doing it because I do. That's how people are. When people tell you about things, listen to them closely because they really telling you how they perceive things. And a lot of times that's predicated upon their experience. So if a person just thinks like this is how people are, they really telling you how they are. And they can't see people being no different from themselves.
Right. They can't see people being loyal.
Yeah. Loyalty don't exist. Why not? Because you're in the low. That's why I hate when people say don't trust nobody. I'd be like, shit, I can't trust your ass neither. When you say you don't
I'm
trust,
not gonna
but
say
that's what
nothing.
you're saying. But look, think about okay now.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's what they're
specifically
saying.
talking about you, but
I know.
when you say don't trust nobody, nobody includes you also. So what you're
Mhm.
saying is I'm not trustworthy.
Yeah.
And since I'm not trustworthy, can't nobody else. That's why I used to say that shit all the time. Can't trust nobody. Can't. And then I thought about it like, hold on, I'm trustworthy. So it gotta be. I can't be the only person on this planet out of a billion people that's trustworthy. So why not just trust the right people? You can't trust everyone, but you can trust the right people. So I don't
What if
say
we
don't
say
trust nobody. Don't trust everybody. You see
don't
what I'm
trust?
saying?
Yeah, don't trust
You can say
everybody.
don't trust everybody. Everybody's not worthy of your trust. So that's
Yeah.
okay to say you can't trust everyone. But that doesn't exclude everyone by saying you can't trust everyone. You're just saying everyone ain't worthy of being trusted. But by saying everyone, you know that there's a group of people that you can trust. So just focus
Yeah.
on that.
Commander,
I'm
you
gonna
the
change
only
it,
woman.
y'all. You can't trust everyone.
Commander, you're the
Mm-hmm.
only third on. I mean, the only woman on panel with me, right? Don't you want to smack all the nerds in the world because of word? Like that, man. I'm about to tell his wifey. You know where wifey at? Tell her I got a pokeball over here. She's about to come and catch. Pokemon. I gotta catch him. I'm like, you gotta come and catch your little Pokemon over here. We got Pikachu on the loose. No, it's me. What is it? Me, not Meow. Is it Meow? What was it?
Nerds are the best.
Mew, Mew,
Mew. There you
Mew,
go.
and
No,
Mew.
the real
Yeah,
big one, the legend one.
Mewtwo. Oh, Pikachu.
No, Mewtwo. There you go. You got it right. The
Oh,
legendary,
Mewtwo.
the real smart one,
Yeah,
the strong
yeah,
one that
Mewtwo.
nobody didn't capture. They, they went through hell to get Mewtwo, yo. I'm telling you.
I think you just keep going until you find the right one. Just keep going. Don't give
Yeah,
up.
Now, she found the
yeah.
right one. She found her
Next.
Pokemon.
Next.
The key is not settling. But how do you not settle?
Next.
You got to know your own value. Because if you don't know your own value, you'll settle for less. That's the key, knowing your own value. Like
Facts.
people be good with people knowing like this person ain't shit, but I can make them, I can build them. Person ain't shit. They just ain't shit. That's just what it is.
Like a rare Pokemon.
Yep.
Perpetual is funny as shit. Yeah, word is a rare Pokemon. Wifey caught him. We just gotta find the boss,
Like
and
a rare Pokemon.
away from all the other females. Me and Commander
Oh,
gonna go down
look,
nerds.
my wife is super cool, but if she thinks somebody is like flirting with me, if she thinks somebody's being mean, she will snap the fuck out. Like she will fucking go off. I'll be like, man, chill. Like it's been a
Protective.
couple times. Yeah, it's been a couple times like where
She
she listened to
territorial.
the show and some stuff transpired. Her, my mama, my sister, they all ready to ride out. I'm like, man, y'all chill out, man. Y'all tripping. I don't even that
They all gonna end up in the cage if they keep playing around.
I
Like,
remember
Mama,
like well, it was like my first couple months on here, it was somebody I was cool with, and then they came on the panel and I was having a good conversation, but they came on the panel and got a little aggressive. My sister was in the chat. She was like, I'm about to come up there and cut. I said, bro, you about to be a doctor. Chill out. You can't just come on the internet and go buck wild. Like,
for her
I don't
brother.
care for my brother. I'm like, man, chill out, bro.
We got
What?
we got the 9 in the background. There's a whole background of 9
Mm.
supporters.
Support.
But
Man,
also,
they've
you're
been great.
grown and you're a man and you're grown.
Mm-hmm.
Some men cannot show that they're grown, and that's something I'm showing my kids, yo. For real. Like you gotta sit here and take accountability and be responsible. Then you gotta respect yourself.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah,
like,
sometimes I have to stop myself.
Stand on
but
business and
that's
not like, oh my bad.
no, but that like what Commander just said. Sometimes I gotta stop myself. I do that shit often, and that's just showing your maturity, though. That's all it's showing that you respect yourself. You have dignity for yourself, and you mature. You know, let me. There's been times I'm like, man, let me turn this off because, like, if I'm in a playful mode, having fun, yeah, I get outrageous. But when I get pissed, I turn it off. Like, man, I ain't about to be on here all mad and shit. You turn this shit off. You know, that should translate into my home life. I'm good.
Yeah, because sometimes you gotta think, is it worth it? Does it matter?
And that's
Does
what
it matter? Is it worth it?
I mean, it should be. It should matter because some people get shit messed up. Like, this is your life. Like, why is you mixing it up with what's going on online? Sometimes you do gotta log off.
But does their
Like,
opinion really matter on here? Like,
no. See, nobody's opinion matter on here, but the disrespect. Some people don't know how to converse on this joint. You see where I'm coming from?
yeah.
And that right there is like, yo, if I don't let nobody out here disrespect me, what makes you think I'm going to? So sometimes you gotta walk away because some people really want to test your gangster. And you see it here time after time, like, oh, I'm gonna come do this. I'm gonna do it. Like, if you wanted to do something, you would have fucking done this shit. Hello? Oh, he's talking about there. I'm like, wait, did I?
Oh, Lola, why are you lying right here in the middle of the floor?
I'm not inviting anybody to come to my house. I'm not inviting a meetup.
But people got,
I'm good.
You know, the stuff twisted on here for real. That's why I was like, yo, y'all need to respect. People listen. they think that they how can I say it, roasting you or something like that. I'm like, yo, over talking me and threatening me
Mhm.
is not roasting me. And I look at that in different panels. I'm like, why is you over talking them and then threatening them and then talking about their deceased or their alive parents? You see where I'm coming from? Or you'll bring up a dead child or an alive child. Either way you look at it is disrespectful. You see where
They
I'm coming
lose.
from?
Yeah, they
Yeah, so
already
it's kind
lost.
of like what be going on, and sometimes you be on some like they be talking about some good stuff on certain panels, and that shit just be going left. I'm like, yo, social media is gonna be the death of many. I don't get tired of saying that shit because y'all not roasting, y'all not having fun. Y'all think y'all roasting, but over talking and disrespecting somebody is not roasting. I don't know what people consider roasting on this John, but
Mhm.
like I like my entertainment the same way I like learning. You see the way where I'm coming from, but I'm not gonna sit here and get this.
You know? Mhm.
And then if you don't
Right,
entertain
there you
it,
go.
they think they won.
Mm-hmm.
They think they won because you didn't
Take that
entertain because you weren't
shit.
triggered.
Exactly. That's the funny part. And you know what's crazy? Word taught me that on this John. And then what's crazy is that Word had that conversation. Like I told everybody that Word it was Word and Nate together when the first time I went through some shit here. Then my baby Pop sat down, had that conversation. The second time it was my baby Pops, and then Word, me and Word had the convo on the panel. That's the crazy part. But it be people
Yeah, I
on
mean
understand
this
that shit.
social media thing, man. You just gotta like a lot of these people, they ain't got no real life, man. And they come over here and try to fuck up your life or make you mad or upset. That just tells me right there you ain't got shit in your real life to deal with. So you worried about mine, bro. Like I'm good. Like I'm living good over here. My life is wonderful. I'm happy. My wife happy. My kids happy. I ain't got nothing to be angry about. But evidently, your life ain't shit because you worried about me and mine. When I'm just focused on me and mine. Where them scissors at,
You
man?
know what I never understood, Word? I've seen people do this on panels, right? I've seen men, both men and women do this, right? They say they own relationships, but they'll come on here, right, and talk about people in their that are on relationships, right? And tell them, or tell them what to do and how to do it. But I'm sitting here like, or they'll end up flirting and doing all these type of crazy things, right? With other people. I'm like, well, y'all in a relationship. Why y'all on panels, right? As a man, you arguing with a woman, but you got a whole wife at home. You a woman talking about you and you married to a man, right? But you arguing with a man on panel, like y'all out here battling it out like it's a Royal Rumble or some shit. I'm like, but y'all all married.
Let me
I
tell
don't
you this,
understand
man.
this shit.
I ain't
My
about to
baby
be
pops
on.
pissed off at me if I was on here arguing with men.
No, I ain't about to be on here arguing with no woman. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be like, you got it and walk away because I don't argue with my wife at home. And then even arguing with dudes, my wife would be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you on the internet? You know, that's how my wife, I just know I don't do this shit in real life. She'd be like, is that what you doing on the internet? No, man, I ain't about to, if that's the case, I'm straight. That shit
Yeah,
weird to me,
yeah.
man.
Like I don't understand. I'm seeing that more and
Like
more on panels.
I don't
Like
see how people expect. Like, look, I ain't trying to be sexist or nothing, but I wish I would hear my wife online arguing with a goddamn man. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know, like
I've
that's how
seen
you
women do that
you
shit.
spending your time. Nah, man, that shit ain't going down.
I've seen women threaten
That,
men. I've seen women, sit here like be nice to them and then out of nowhere turn on them. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I've seen the men do it too though. Like, what the hell is going on?
you see people do that. That shit weird, man. Like my wife ain't about to be like it's nah. She has something to say. If I'm sitting here arguing with people all day, she'd be like, "What are you doing?" You know. And if I see my wife, like she'll go on TikTok and be commenting with people, and I put some comments in there to shut them down real quick. But if she be like, if I see her getting upset at social media, I'll be like, turn that shit off, man. Fuck is you getting mad for over some damn internet shit? No, turn it off. If you can't handle it, then don't go on there.
You sound like
And
my
she be
baby.
like, all right, you know. If I be like, shit, if the conversation about other people's opinions is getting that stressful, I don't want the shit in my house. So get off the internet. You know,
No,
take a day or two off. You know,
with
I don't
him,
play that shit.
I had to make a promise with him. He's like, you're on a panel and it's positive in the beginning, but somebody goes in and it goes left. He's like, yo, get off them Jones. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
learn from this last thing that that just happened to you. I was like, all right, bet. And that's what I've been doing. I was like, I really been observing. I was doing it already, but now I see I gotta observe, because you got people on here, right? Like, Word is somebody that I promote a lot, and that's what happened the last time. Motherfuckers wanted to turn something like, try to get rid of the beef and stuff like that, and try to do what Word was doing, right, and bring a little bit of the fun that we had back then. I don't know Word understands what I'm trying to say, right,
No,
and
I know what
bring
you're
it
saying.
onto social media and see what happens. And I was like, let's see. But it's like, how can you make this happen if you want beef to still continue, right? When
Yeah.
people is telling you that they don't get along with certain people, you cannot fix something that's already broken. So I had to learn a hard lesson. Like, no, this is not going to work, especially when people, in reality, they're pretending. And my baby pops tried to explain it to me the first time. And he's like, I let you learn your lesson because I wanted you to, not be so mad
Same
at
for
men.
yourself.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, you see where I'm coming from, and I learned it. Like,
Yeah.
men on here, like, and it's like, it gets me to question, why is they so feminine, so zesty? Like, I don't get that shit. They like, I'm a man, I'm
And,
this, but I'm like, the more you're screaming that now from the lesson I just learned, I feel like y'all fucking zesty. What y'all on a DL or some shit? See my point?
and I say it like this, I was over in that same area and I had that idea. Like, man, this shit that people beefing for is middle school shit. We can get over it and we
Mm-hmm.
can build from here. But then I started observing like, man, this is what the people come on here for. So nah, I ain't about to get involved in it. That's why they come on here. That's the type of environment that's built for them to thrive in. So nah, I just look, that's what they want to do, that's fine. I'm gonna do what I want to do over here. I'm
That's what I
straight.
said. When Word sat me down and he talked to me, he broke some of the shit down. That second time, I was like, it's just my heart. I guess I'm somebody that just, and I can't fall for that because not everybody could be helped, like Word said. And some people come on here pretending. And what's crazy is when they
Yeah.
see people like us, they'll try to hide behind us. They'll use us as a shield to come up. That's the crazy thing. I'm seeing like, that's crazy. That's some
Yeah,
fucked up shit
man.
too.
If you try to explain to somebody who's not on YouTube, some regular ass person that's not on YouTube, you try to explain to them the things that go on or what's happening on here, they will either laugh at you or look at you like you're crazy. Like,
I did
what?
the first time shit. But you got to go through it. Like Word said, you have to go through it. I wasn't used to this
Like,
shit. So it's kind of
some of
like,
my,
he's right. I got to take YouTube like the streets.
like some of my
Yeah.
people, they came watching, like not recently, but like last, like a year, maybe 2 years, like when I first got on, they was like, man, I'm straight. I ain't about to deal with none of that shit. Like that shit, them people weird. And I'm like, yeah, man, but that was the environment I was in. I'm telling them to take this person out. They're like, oh, then the next day they're like, no, this person, excuse me, this person crazy as hell. And I'm like, hey, man, that's just what comes with the territory. But that's what I mean. I just realized, man, like, look, it's best to just do your own thing than try to. Uh, I ain't gonna say fit in with the group because I ain't never tried to do that. But
Yeah.
like,
You know,
man, just accept people for who they are. If people,
facts.
if they one way, that's just how they is. You either deal with it or don't. And I chose not to deal with a lot of different things that people do on it. I'm straight.
There's this lady on here with a YouTube channel, and she's fairly new to YouTube. Like, she comes from TikTok, and I think she's only been here like probably less than a year. But she tries to tell her husband all the stuff that's happening, and I'm thinking, why is she even? Don't even talk to your husband about this stuff. But the other day she tried to go live. Says she told him that they were going live, but he didn't know, and he was trying to he was trying to be nice, but
Mhm.
he was so frustrated because he doesn't live this YouTube life. And she's like, these
Yeah.
haters came after me from these two bigger channels and they're bullying me and this and that. And he's like, what? He's like, ignore them, F them, don't even, just do you. And but she's like going on about like even their names, and it just sounds crazy. Just it sounds crazy.
If you like, I was trying to explain a lot of this to like my mom and dad because my mom It was like, oh, she came into the chat one day. She was like, oh, these people cool. So she started following some people, and I'm like, man, don't be typing in the chat. He said, why not? I said, because people are weird on here. People like me, they see they can't get to me, so they gonna try to go through you and put your pictures
Yeah,
and shit up here and do all this
yeah.
crazy shit. Like, she like, what? I'm like, nah, this shit like the hood, bro. But you gotta watch what blocks you spam. He was like,
Mhm.
I'm just not going to you. And she was
And
like, I
she
can still watch. She watched, but she don't type in the chat. My
and
dad
she
did the
shouldn't
same
come on
thing.
with her real names either. Like,
Yeah.
like this lady came on with her real name, still has it up. Yeah.
I say the
And my
same
dad did that.
thing I know.
He put the Gary cat with his real name, and I'm like, shit, that's cool. Shit, I done told people my name already. But he came with the first and last name. I'm like, well, there it is, y'all. That's the final piece. You want to dox me, go ahead. Ain't shit to dox,
But
bro.
I never understood this doxing thing, right? Like people on here so pressed about this doxing shit. Like I just don't get it. It's like, and what's funny is, right, to them, doxing is going to Facebook or Instagram and getting pictures and shit, right? Like, and what's funny is they don't even realize, some people on here don't even realize they dox themselves, right? When they go live and they're showing the address behind them, to their house, you're doxing
But
yourself,
this
right?
is,
So
like,
it's kind of like,
me personally, I have no fear of somebody doxing me. But what's not safe is people I don't know knocking on my door. That's not safe. You know what I'm
facts.
saying? I got my kids in the house.
No,
So
but
I
what I'm
don't
Right.
saying,
feel like, no, I'm
what,
saying like I don't got no police record, I ain't got nothing to hide, nothing to
there you
person.
go.
But
That would be
but if
doxing.
somebody come knocking on my door that I don't know, it might not go. It's not safe. That's what I'm saying. Because I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna
People
get
do it for
aggressive real
malice.
quick.
Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna
they
get
do it
aggressive
so that
real
people
quick.
mess with you, call your job, find out your neighbors, like all that stuff. Like there was one time this girl just live streamed trying to find this girl that she wanted to find, right? And so she took every video of her house, like she found the house.
Oh
She
shit.
found the palm tree, she found like every little single thing they were looking at. They found the listing of when the house was sold, they found the location. Like people are wild.
Yeah, they deep into this shit, and that's what I'm saying. Like there are people that will go into that. Like people have gone into, getting people's criminal records and stuff like that. I'm sitting here like,
Yeah,
that deep. I
I
mean, if
didn't,
you're going to expose a pedophile, that's fine. But if
Right.
you're
I didn't,
sitting here just exposing people, or because you have some type of hate or some type of beef with them that either you created or y'all both created. You see where I'm coming from? You crossing the line now.
They'll find your children, they'll send CPS to your
yeah,
children's school, they'll
Yeah,
call
that
the
shit crazy.
principal, they'll go find your like everything about your
like
loved ones to mess with them.
I don't, I don't agree with that. Like I done seen people, if you had a beef with somebody and y'all exposing people, that's fine. But I done seen people start looking up people's family members and shit. Like you said,
Yeah.
looking at their job, calling their job. Like, bro, that's harassment. Man. That goes beyond.
Oh,
And
I've
it, to
seen a
me, it's
few
just a
people get
stupid
their
thing.
parole officers called. They'll call the parole officers too.
Listen, I've had people be
Like,
on here like, yo, you can't put your real name. I was like, if I don't put my real name in here, right, there's no point of me being on social media then, because when I came on here, I came on here for a purpose. And my purpose has never changed. It's just that now I do reviews and reactions because I had to, for a minute, figure out how I was going to talk about this political stuff and the school stuff without getting strike time after time, like in the beginning. You see where I'm coming from? So it's like, with me, y'all can look me up, do whatever y'all want to do. At the end of the day, I can't just sit here and say, well, I just have a nickname and go by that. I
Well,
came
you're
on here for
representing yourself, right? You're promoting yourself.
and
You're
I have an
representing.
LLC. You
Right.
see where I'm coming from? Like I told people, like I represent, everything I came on here for. But I think it's fucked up when somebody on here doesn't, you know, how can I say, give their information, and y'all all you going all out. You go to Facebook trying to find a picture of them, and then once you find that picture, you try to look into their family, and that's how they do it. I
man,
mean, I think that's
that's it.
fucked up.
Bro, I got too much shit to do in life to be worried about what somebody else. I mean, that when people do that, that tells me a lot about their character. Like you
Yeah,
spend time out your day to look and see what somebody else is doing. Or I'm trying to expose them. And a lot of times, what people don't understand, you open yourself up to that experience also. while you trying to expose people, people will be trying to expose you too.
It
That's why I
comes
don't
back
do that shit.
around. I
I
seen
don't
one
like
lady, they found both of her ex-husbands. And guess what? Now we're watching interviews on panel with both of her ex-husbands. Like, what? And then at the beginning, she tried to say, oh, that's not my ex-husband. But, then she had to say the truth. It was just too much.
Oh
Okay, yeah,
damn.
that's
I,
my ex-husband. Don't believe everything he says. That's not how it happened. It's crazy.
yeah, I done seen somebody on here expose somebody, like exposing, oh, they had criminal record for doing this and doing that. Their family doing this and doing that. And then somebody was like, well, let's check your shit out. And then they was like 10 times worse. And I'm like, her and her family. I'm like, God
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
That's what they get
Yes.
though. That's your karma. Don't do
Yes,
unto
word.
others what you don't want done to you.
Mm-hmm.
And people
Criminal
forget that.
records,
Mm-hmm.
like
And
a
that's it.
whole 2 pages long.
You know what that means, word?
Mm-hmm.
That means that person that did it first found their karma. They found their match.
They
And their match
project.
was worse than them. And what I
They
mean by that
project.
is this person came out and found more info on you, and boom, now who's looking worse? You should have stood shut. You should have stood out of it or should have left it alone. Can't throw a fucking rock at a glass window and hide your hand and expect nobody to fucking see. I mean, not see, my bad. And not know, like, what the hell is wrong with people?
You throwing rock while you living in the glass house. Your shit go crack too.
The fuck?
Hey, that's how it be. I mean, but back to the relationship, we went way off. I don't even know how to send that back. But,
It wasn't really all.
Okay,
uh,
relationships.
Hand in hand. Accountability we was on.
I think some
yeah.
people who are happy to be single, that's good for them. They're happy to be single. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think there's someone
they
out there
don't
for
feel
that.
like they need anyone.
And if you can't find that person, just stay, to
But,
yourself.
but see, those people who are really happy being single, you know what they don't complain about? Being single. Don't
Damn.
even
But
hear
then
them.
married people complain too.
That's because they done chose the wrong person and now they fucking miserable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was there. I chose the wrong person to get married to. Not saying she a bad person. She was just wrong for me, and I was miserable. So yeah, I'm gonna complain about being married because I'm in a miserable ass marriage. But if I do it the right way, then ain't nothing to complain about. Do me and my wife have our struggles and hardships and of course everything does. You know what I'm saying? But it's what we do with that. When we have a problem, that's the opportunity for us to come together and get the shit done, and that's what we do. So ain't no problem too big for us. You know, and I mean, the shit we went through in the last 6 years, we proven to one another. You know, her losing both of her parents, me losing my eyesight, like what I did for her mom. It was unconscious. It's like, no, that's my mom too, and I'm not about to let her pass away in no hospital by herself. No, we bring her home. We gonna enjoy whatever time we got left with her. We gonna have fun. We gonna live life. And when it's time for her to go, she will be surrounded by loved ones. And I made sure that happened. Whatever she needed, if I got to pick her up and take her to the bathroom, that's what I'm gonna do. We gonna get that done. Don't worry about that. He was able not to stress about. That's a stressful ass situation. When I lost my eyesight, I looked at my wife and I was like, I wouldn't even be mad if you wanted to divorce me because this ain't what you signed up for. She told me to shut up. I gave her that option
True.
though. Like this
Yeah.
ain't what you signed up for. I'm gonna be fair. I'm not the person, and I will no longer be the
But where's the
person you
better
married.
for worse? She
Yeah,
did sign
I'm
up for
not.
it.
I was just being real, and a lot of that was my self esteem. Like when I lost my eyesight, my self esteem, I had to reestablish that. So
I was
I
gonna
mean,
say it
that
was
was me
love for
taking a lot
her,
of pain. Yeah,
because maybe
it
you
was
want.
love for her.
Yeah.
It was love. I just wanted the best for her. And if that's
Yeah.
not me being with me, then I still want that for her. That's how I felt. But she
So he
said
can
the
run
best
off
thing
with.
for her was to be with me. Yeah. I mean, I love her. Why wouldn't I?
When
That's
you
how you
You
can't
grow.
know?
see your life without someone, like they're for you. You can't see your life without them, no matter what.
What's crazy is
Mm,
that you You never know who's really there for you until you alone
Until you
in
need
dark
them to be.
space.
Hey, you'll never know who really there for you until you need them to be there for
There you go.
you. You
But
never truly.
you alone
Okay,
at that
so
moment.
Perpetual in the chat says, "Here's why I'm single. My peace is more important. Period. Plus, who can afford to date anyone these days? Dating costs money. The peace is more important, though. That's number one.
And see,
Because where
that's the
one can eat,
important,
two can eat.
and that's the important thing, you know. And I'm pretty sure Perpetual found someone who prioritized her peace. She'll be willing to not be single no more, but she ain't gonna settle. I know Perp ain't settling for shit. She don't get what she want, and that's how you should be, you know, because her being with someone who does not prioritize her peace is her settling for less than what her value is. She know her value, so she ain't gonna settle for nothing less. It's all Perp.
What about friends with benefits?
I mean, if that works for people, you know what? That's what I say. If it works for people, then it works for them. But just don't just understand your roles even within that. You know, don't touch too many feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was younger, I used to have friends. You know, and I told them like, this is the best we gonna be. Like, what we doing now? It ain't gonna be no more than this, but it don't have to be less than this. You know, and a couple people was cool with it. One girl, you know, we did that for 2 years, and then she found somebody she wanted to be with, and I gracefully walked away. You know, I knew what it was. She knew what it was. You know, I didn't. If I say her today, is what up though. I ain't gonna, be weird or funny or nothing like that. I worked with her, so even after we stopped being friends with benefits, we were still cool. I never made it awkward with her when she brought her boyfriend to the parties and nothing like that. Never did nothing disrespectful. Hey, yeah, you smash her or nah. I knew what it was. I knew my role. She knew her role. You know, she found somebody she wanted to be with, and she was with him.
Sorry, my bad. I'm here. Perp says she's not swapping DNA unless they're her boo thing.
True thing.
That's respectable.
I don't blame that. Why add something that don't need to be added? Ain't no drama in your life. You don't need to create a condition or situation where it can be added to your life. Everything comes with something, and swapping DNA has complications. It might be fun for 5 minutes, but you might have to deal with the recourse or the reactions or results for a long period of time. So, nah, I'm straight. I feel it. That's what I said. As I matured, man, it was like, I ain't just about to get anybody this. No, I'm selective. You gotta earn this.
I feel like when people get divorced, like I think men get remarried quicker than women. I don't know if that's
I
like
can't.
I don't know.
if that's a real thing or that's just like my
I've
perception.
seen men be a little more in their feelings than women, and I don't mean in a bad way. I've seen them, take a little longer,
Take a
or
longer
they'll lash
time.
out and just start smashing everything they see. Sometimes I think it depends on the
I'd be
man. I
interested
mean, I
in
can go so
seeing
many ways about this. I'm sorry.
I would be interested in seeing the statistics and the controls. Because I think a lot of, I didn't even go to say men, but I think a lot of older people, once they get divorced, they be straight, men or women. They be like, nah, I done did it. But younger
Yeah.
people be more willing to jump into it. Now, if it's more men or women that does that, I don't personally know. I can see men doing it probably more. Like if I just use like logic is more logical for I don't know. It might be more logical for a woman to jump back in the marriage. It might be more logical for a woman.
Jump into not relationships right away, but get over it a little faster.
I don't know. I think men are more needy.
Like I think it
Hard, but
depends of who broke it up. I think if the men, I think if women broke up the relationship, I think they're quicker to get back in another. But I think if the man broke it up, I think women are. I think they be
more
like when men
connected.
break up with women. I think it take women more time to emotionally get over it than men.
Mm,
Hmm. So I think women are more the cause of divorce. Like they're the ones that are more
yeah,
like greener on the other side. Like they have more complaints. I feel like.
Yeah, I believe that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I I believe women initiate the divorce at a higher
Yeah.
rate than men.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
sometimes it be for the child support, sometimes it be for the pride and the ego, sometimes they just want to be.
I think men are
I
more
don't know what
like
is it.
complacent, or maybe more content, or maybe not as demanding.
Do some females jump in relationships thinking that they're gonna have some
I think women.
like it's a marriage thinking it's gonna be like a fairy tale or something like that. I don't know. And then when they realize it's not gonna be this perfect, like you see in the movies or some shit, they they just wanna, give up.
I think women's expectations have grander expectations than men. And I think a lot of times that's what leads to divorce, like
Yes.
because they expected something and eventually they don't get it, and then they feel they can get it somewhere else. So if they can't get it somewhere else, they still in this relationship. So no.
Mhm.
And then they realize, like, damn, I ain't getting that shit. Like, you know what a lot of times women don't understand?
The Peter Pan's
I think it's better for women to get married and establish that when they're younger because it's harder for them when they get older.
I think like if you're looking to be with someone, like I feel like you can divorce the person and then go find someone, but they're gonna have like maybe the opposite problems. Like it's always gonna be something.
It's always gonna be something. But
Yeah.
I think when women wait till they older to settle down, I think they have more trouble finding someone than men do. Because usually women date older men and men want to date younger women. So I mean, when a woman older, like even a man her age, a lot of time, man wants something younger. You know, and I'm a guy who married somebody older, so I prefer older. But majority of the men, they like. I always like the older women. I never really liked the younger one. But that's odd, I guess. You know, I didn't know that until I got
that's
older.
because the
You
majority of
know,
that's not high. The majority of the men that I know around me, they grew up like older women, but the ones that sat them down was around their age range. It's the crazy part. They shot
I
themselves.
I
Like
know talking to like talking to older men now, I'd be like, bro, why you want a younger woman? You say the younger they are, the less likely they damage. That's what like a lot of older dudes say.
oh
Like,
shit.
cause I'd be like, hold on, cause I used to think of experience, and this old cat was like, yeah, experience. You know, you get with a woman who got all this experience, they think they know how things is, and you got to undo a lot of what was done already. And they said, but when you get with a young girl who's got less experience, then she can experience life with you. And I'm like, okay, I understand that. Because I
I
never
mean,
understood that. Like,
That's crazy. It's funny because I know a lot of females that like younger men, and I ask them like, what draws your attention to younger men? Because I feel like if I'm dating somebody way younger than me, I'm either robbing the cradle. You see where I'm coming from, or I'm dating like my son or some shit. That's some like awkward shit. Like, how can y'all do it? And it's like they say they love the attention because the younger men will give them all the attention the older man. And it's crazy.
yeah,
Some of them either they're drawn to the money or they're drawn to whatever they can get from this woman, and they don't care. They just want the attention from it. I'm saying here, like, are you serious? Like, what the fuck? It feels like you're raising a child.
so women should get married younger, young.
yeah. I already established their household. I already solidified their foundation. It's easy.
I'm
Because
staying
when
married
you,
forever. I didn't realize I
yeah,
had a high value man. I mean, I
yeah,
realize I have a good man. I adore him, but more and more I'm realizing what I have from what I hear
Hmm.
online.
Yeah. I mean, I always know my wife is special, but I tell her every day, man, I'm so blessed. I just thought I was telling her that today. She started laughing. She said, I know I'm great. I'm like, no, you beyond great. Especially you get online and start seeing how some of these females that, like, I'd be like, God damn, man. But I'm telling you, because like, I be hearing
My
women,
husband sees it
like,
too.
it'd be crazy. Like, I was listening to this girl today, and I'm like, and she had all these expectations for a man. Like, not only what a man should be, but she had her own. I want him to be emotional. I want him to be like this, caring. I want him to listen. I want him. Okay, you want him to
Everything.
be you and him. Like
You want him to
you
be a girl
would.
and a guy.
She
And
wanted that.
then look, but then
I'm
when they
sorry.
asked her, well, what do you bring to the table? Well, a man know what a woman bring. Oh no, we asking what you know. Oh, so he got a peace of mind. He can have all that shit without you. I'm pretty sure a man
I
has
can
peace of mind
cook.
without women.
I'm
Yeah,
God
like
fearing woman. What do they say? It's always like
I'm
the
gonna
same
add
things they
to him.
say.
Yeah, I'm gonna add to him. How you gonna add to him? My presence. What you mean your presence? I'm gonna protect. You ain't gonna protect no man peace. You sitting there arguing on the panel with man. So you just proving you don't protect man peace. Fuck out of here. That's all the man really wants, man. He don't want to come home from a hard day of work, doing shit, have to come home and deal with no woman.
Word sound like Sammy right now. I'm sorry. I love me some
Mm-hmm.
Sammy. Word sound just like fucking Sam. I was like, wait, what's the song? Oh my god, I gotta find the song. I'm gonna listen to that shit tonight. Sammy killed that shit, but it's true though, because he says it in the song. He's like, when men come home, they just want, a little bit of peace, not, somebody to be nagging at them all day after they had, a hard day outside.
Right.
My man
The
wants a
woman is
hug.
supposed to be the peace. Yeah, the woman is supposed to be the peace, man. We go fight the world, and we come home to the peace, man. Like I love just laying on my wife, like her rubbing my head, like not yelling at me, not screaming at me. You okay, baby? You need anything? You want me to get you? I'll be like, man, I'll be in heaven. I'll be feeling like a king. So that's how I'm gonna act.
And it's crazy
I,
because
it,
the way he puts that shit down, it's like he got into like the mind of different men, right? And it's like you can see it, like speaking about the men that are outside, got to deal with the streets and deal with the police, the men that work at 9 to 5, right? And then still got to deal with the bullshit outside of these streets when they coming home, family issues, then come home and still got to have a nagging wife. Then you got the men that are working, right? And I mean, I can go about this in different ways. So let's make it short. But it's crazy how somebody can sit here and put that shit in a song and describe what these men are going through out here. And as a woman, sometimes we don't take the time to think, they're going through something worse than what we're going through sometimes.
Yeah, imagine the woman online with all the drama. That's not
Mm-hmm.
peace. Putting that on the husband. I just seen right now this lady, she just posted something and said, I'm taking my husband's advice. I'm hiring an attorney. No, she took the wrong advice. She should have listened to get offline. Get offline, lady. Don't mess with those people. That was the good advice. But you see how sometimes women are? She took the wrong advice.
like I said, my wife, I'll be like, man, get your ass off the internet. You do not need to be on there. She's like, oh, you see what Trump did? That's what these people saying, but man,
Can
get your ass off the internet. I don't want to hear that
you imagine if she told you,
shit.
honey, I have to hire an attorney or I'm involved in this, like something like a lawsuit or some
Man,
drama, like back and forth and like defamation, slander.
I wish
Word.
What?
he would.
Let me ask you this word.
I
Her
wish he
saying that,
would.
right? What makes people come on here and say, I won't deal with this offline? Da, 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 da. You did it, but they'll come online and do the complete opposite of what they say they won't deal with offline. Isn't that like hypocrisy, like contradicting yourself?
Man, them motherfuckers insane. That's what I'm saying. Like, expect you to come online and deal with some shit you wouldn't do offline. That's what I said. I ain't about to be arguing with you people. I ain't, man. It'll never get to that point where I need to hire an attorney. Like, what the hell did y'all do on the internet? We just talking saying words to one another. What the fuck is y'all doing, bro?
Exactly.
Well, it ain't get. If somebody say, "Where you stupid? I hate you," I'm like, okay, man, my bad, being stupid, hate me. Have a nice life. You
I'm
go your
sorry.
way, I go mine, and be done with it. Man.
I hate to
Like,
say
what?
it.
How's it getting to a point where people threatening people? I'm gonna pull up. Why? Because of something I said? No, you just angry inside. You need a hug. Just go
It's
sit in the
crazy.
corner, go buy some teddy bears, and count the pink bubbles. I'm straight.
It's
Uh,
crazy because like
So,
that person talks about other people, but then doesn't want other people talking about
people
her and
talking
her
about them.
family.
they've been watching
Mm-hmm.
15 inches and we don't even know about it. See, what's happened to her? I think she's
And then
still.
go tell her husband, but she's not telling her husband everything she's doing. She's only saying the things that that they're doing to her, but she's not saying like,
Like,
"Hey, I started it." Like,
oh
Right.
no.
I got myself into some shit because of my fault.
Can one person brainwash the whole internet? I don't know, but I think one person has. And it started during the pandemic. I don't think it's a sector thing. Somebody's out here just brainwashing and manipulating some people somehow. They've turned into mega minds.
Listen, there's a bunch of sectors and communities all over of all sorts of colors and creeds.
Doing that one thing though is the funny part. Like, yo, it's crazy because somebody could be, they could be having a topic about cooking, and somehow this topic about cooking, right? It could turn into a Bible topic, and then somehow it turns into a battle of the royals. See my point? How does that happen? How does this
Man,
shit happen?
I was tripping out. I seen them start arguing in the tarot card reading area. I seen them arguing in the knitting area, the coin collecting area. Like, how y'all beefing collecting coins, bro? Y'all weird.
Yo,
Word
I
topped
was
it though when
so
he found people arguing in sign language. That topped
oh,
it.
Yeah, that I was like, man, y'all really tripping on her, bro.
wait,
Like,
people
y'all
really
really,
arguing in sign language in this journal?
man, I played that one night. They was cracking up. I'm like, this shit is all wrong.
Wait, you
I
can
didn't know
hear
they were beefing until she started using the gun signals. And I'm like, oh, they beefing. Then you start seeing how aggressively they throwing up fingers. Like, oh no, they mad.
wait,
I ain't catch it
well,
at first.
wait. You know what's got me right now is you was watching a channel where they were just giving sign signals and shit. They wasn't
I ain't like they was doing sign language, but they was arguing.
what you was trying to
They was
learn what they were
arguing.
saying. Like what
No, I was
they was
flicking through
explaining.
I was flicking through the channels. Right, I was on Bigo, and I'm flipping through the channels, and I'm like, oh, that's dope. They, going live with sign language. So I'm a curious person, so I'm watching, and then I'm looking like, man, this don't look right. And then when she did the gun signal, I'm like, oh shit, they beefing. And she said she gonna pop him. And then like, with the aggressiveness, they doing throat slitting. I know what that means. I know what the gun means. I know what some of this shit means. So that's why I got to watching it.
Dude, we got Telemundo on this John sign language style. Get the fuck out of here.
I was like, damn, they beefing.
Oh yo, I'm done. Univision and Telemundo. I can't. He said they was
Well,
having
let me
in sign language, yo. He's like, I only understood the gun. That's
Oh,
it.
we
Shit.
saw it. I understood probably half what they were saying. Yeah,
He
he
was
could
there too?
interpret. No,
well,
we played it here or on
Oh
Petty
snap.
Vision. I think it was on Petty.
yeah, it's on Petty Vision somewhere. It's still over there somewhere. Is this the
Oh
garbage?
shit. I'll catch the replay on that, John. I didn't know.
Yeah, we're about to start going on Petty Vision a little more. I'm gonna
And then you
start
saw the
doing a
neck
show
rolls too. The neck rolling.
Yo,
yeah, man, that was crazy.
Petty Vision would be nice when Ozzy come up there with you on Petty Vision. That shit would be funny as hell.
We about to go over there. I want to build that channel. I don't know what I'm gonna do over there. I'm gonna do something crazy though.
I mean, it's Petty Vision. Be petty.
Well, I changed the name to Nine IV. So I changed the name, but
Actually,
same mission.
he had us
Same
searching for the
mission.
channel, but we still have to. So
Is I think the link is getting dropped in the chat. But let me get my butt off there. I'm gonna go watch this movie with the wife, man. That's why I came on early. We still did what 3 hours? Still did 3 hours.
Yeah. Good night, 9. Good night, y'all.
Warm, comfortable, and
Chat,
safe.
chat.
There you go.
Netflix and chill.
She said she want a bed. I mean, she want a man like her bed, warm, comfortable, and safe.
You'll get him. Trust me, he'll come into your life one day. You just won't know it. All right, I'm gonna get that.
All right, appreciate y'all, man. We'll be back probably tomorrow. We'll be back on tomorrow. We'll stay a little later, but this, yeah, I just wanted to have this conversation. Shout out to everybody who hit the handle. Shout out to Commander. Shout out to Bama. Shout out to Rach. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, I gave y'all my 3 points while people are single. So, if you're single and you're looking for someone, define those 3 things within you, right? And I promise you, it'll be a lot easier navigating through dating, this dating, circuit or smorgasbord, whatever y'all dealing with. I'm married, so I ain't got to deal with that shit. So, but I can help you. You know, I do my best to anyway. Anyway, but y'all know what I always say: care about how you feel. These are conversations that create nations. And if I said anything that resonated with you, do me a favor: hit that share button. Tell somebody. Tell somebody. Help me spread the word. But until next time, we out. Ozzy, you still in here? What up, my boy? I'm surprised you ain't hit the panel. Maybe next time, sir. Appreciate you, man. I want you to, yeah, we're right. All right, y'all. Let me get out. Watch this movie with the wife while I get in trouble.